Take two?
Take two.
All right.
Hello again. Welcome to another episode of Purl Perspective, where three real Canadian friends come together to talk about knitting and life in general, and just, complain about life.
Our favorite activity.
I'm Carine.
I'm Anahí.
I'm Allie. And here we go.
We are ready to get knitting. I just broke my nail though, so I'm about to be very complaining about it for 2 hours.
Do you want an emery board?
Yes, I do. Is it gross to do that on camera? I'm gonna do it off camera.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. If you are like me and you like to knit in one place in your house, I would recommend, I have a little laptop desk just off camera, but I keep a little emery board right there for when I too have nail mishaps mid knitting, so I don't have to get up and go to the bathroom and find an emery board. I can just lean over the side of the couch and be
That's smart.
Fix this tiny little snag and then get right back to knitting. So
that is very smart.
10 out of 10 would recommend having an emery board close to your little knitting nook.
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea what they were called.
Nail files, emery boards. I think it's like Kleenex in the sense that everybody calls it an emery board, but it's like one brand is emery.
I just called it a filing, like a filing thing. Yeah. Filing stick, nail file, whatever. That's what I called it. Yeah, what do I know?
They're pretty great, pretty handy. I have like 4 of them on there, but they're buried under all of the darkness of my life,
That's fair.
There's like 3 knitting patterns folded up. There's like 8 pens, a charging cable. I won't turn the camera. There's some shame on that table.
There's no shame on this table. It's just a little...
It reflects the inside of my brain.
Which, you know what? Fair. My house also has a lot of those corners, so...
If I didn't fix it now, it would have been literally a snag.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get stuck in my knitting.
Yeah, and then you're going to get annoyed.
And I'm going to get so annoyed, but nope. It's all good. I can keep on going.
Alex has joined the live, and I have to tell you, Alex, I think I found one of your stitch markers in my couch.
Is it yours?
It's a giant circle, and I'm pretty sure it's yours.
It might be.
Come get it later, or I'll bring it to you. Who knows?
Shame.
So, chat, you're going to be our audio technicians today. So if it doesn't sound good, please let us know, and we will fix it.
Or do our best.
Or do our best
to do that, yes.
Yes, exactly. We're going to do our best.
Look, if a mediocre white man can have a podcast,
why couldn't we?
So can we. Because we are way better than mediocre white men.
Well, Some of us.
Yes. All of us. That's the answer. Every single one of us. The bar is pretty low.
The bar is on the floor.
Yeah.
No, I'm only partially kidding. It's actually very difficult for me to get, like, the chat working and, like, the podcast.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of components
I've
to think
had to
about.
learn some terms that I never in my life wanted to learn.
But you're doing it, and it's amazing.
But exactly.
You're doing great, sweetie.
You're doing amazing. No, I don't know if I'm doing amazing, but I'm certainly doing it.
You're
I can't
doing
decide where
something.
to put this freaking pillow. What do I do?
You can
Okay,
choose
that's
to
nice,
use
that's
it.
nice.
You can choose to not use it.
No,
You
that's
can
nice.
do-
I think I've decided.
It's
Cool.
a nice little
I
support.
like sticking mine under my elbow to support my
Chat,
shoulder.
I am not wearing socks today. If any of you get weird, I will sue.
We need little censored bars.
No, like I was watching Dropout yesterday.
Censored,
Like
censored.
if you don't follow, like Dropout is a comedy streaming service,
Mhm.
and they have this series where it's like just like comedians giving PowerPoint presentations. And one of them was in like, we need to decriminalize feet.
Yeah.
Because like it's not fair that people are now sexualizing feet the way that they sexualize breasts.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Let me have my feet
But
out.
people have been doing that always. This is not
Yes,
a new thing.
This is not a new thing, but have you seen that now in comic conventions and whatnot, a lot of people who are into Dungeon Crawler Carl are dressing up, and it's mostly guys, dressing up as Carl barefoot. So it's literally a sea of barefoot guys going in convention centers, again,
because
barefoot.
Carl goes,
That feels unhygienic.
That feels very unhygienic. And in their boxers too.
I mean, it's
which-
only unhygienic if you're also barefoot.
Yes. I'm okay because I would not be barefoot. But the point is, there's a lot of feet there, so I guess if you're into that, go to those
Do
conventions.
not go out in public barefoot.
And I think what irks me about it is that like I think sex work is work for sure.
Yeah.
But the difference is that there is consent.
Yeah.
In sex work.
Mhm.
And when I have my feet out on the internet and people choose to use that for their own
Yeah,
benefit,
that's not something
I
that
have
you-
not consented to
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
It
More
is
importantly,
not a sexual
I was not
part of
paid
my
for this.
body.
Yeah, you're not being compensated.
Yeah,
for
I'm
that
not being
either.
compensated and I didn't give permission.
So, not allowed.
Yeah. Barefoot in public, I'm not the biggest fan. Okay, that's fair. Like, if
Yeah,
you don't want to
same.
see people's toes, that's totally fair.
I mean, unless we're on the beach and your toes are in the sand, I don't
But
wanna
what's
see them.
wrong with a foot? There's nothing wrong with a foot.
I don't know.
It's like having your ankles out in public.
No,
Should
the
be
ankles
allowed.
don't bother me. But
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like we have no problem with ankles out in public. Why
Well,
would we?
not anymore, but in the Victorian times, it was a scandal.
But that's the thing. That was sexy. Ankles were sexy back then.
well, yeah.
Because
Ankles
of
are
the
not
length of
sexy.
skirts, right?
I don't know.
'Cause
I will
ankles made
say,
you think
I
of
draw
legs,
the
and legs made you
line-
think
I
of
think it's just because
other
it's
things.
weird. Like in sandals, I have no problem. In like
Hygiene things,
so
yeah.
why would it be such a problem to see them to see the feet, like the full foot, right? Because at the end of the day, whether it's in a sandal or barefoot, there's not much of a difference. For me, it's not so much the person who's going barefoot; it's the response of some people to bare feet
Yeah.
that annoy me.
That's right. If you want to be
Yeah.
barefoot outside, all the power to you. I would never, because I don't
Just-
want my feet touching the concrete.
Yeah, clean your feet before you come into my house.
That's it.
No dirty bare feet in my house
Exactly.
and on my couch.
And if I
Mhm.
see someone outside that is barefoot that I determine should not be barefoot, I'm just gonna look away.
Also, coincidentally, on the flip side of that, no dirty, gross outdoor shoes worn inside my house.
That's a Canada thing. I
Hard
learned.
that's-
limit.
Well, it's a
Did y'all know that not everyone in the world they do
that's
that?
No.
that's a
It's,
US
Canada?
thing that grosses me out
Yeah.
so much.
No, in Mexico we also wear shoes inside the house.
so Canada is very much no shoes inside the house. I
Yeah.
mean,
no outdoor shoes. No outdoor shoes.
Same thing with, for me, it's no shoes at all. unless like they're slippers or something.
Yeah.
But in certain areas of the world, like Japan is a good example. Japan is
They have house
absolutely
shoes.
no. Yeah, they have. Well, it's like house slippers.
House slippers,
essentially.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
you
feel
don't.
like it's
you do not.
it's a US thing where it's shoes in the house.
Yeah.
Well, but like I said, in Latin America
right.
also, because like the inside of our houses are mostly tile
Mm.
or
Mm.
flatten concrete. What
Yeah.
do you call like smooth concrete or
Yeah.
some other sort of Like, there are some houses, really, really strange, like old houses that still have carpet, but that's not really common. And it's not comfy to be without shoes inside our house.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's like, because everything is built like with hard materials that are cold, like tile and cement and things like that, it's just like much more likely you're gonna stub your toe on stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So I grew up wearing shoes in the house and was very weirded out when people asked me to take my shoes off in their house. I was like, I don't want to, thank you. But now I am a convert.
Yeah.
You have to sweep a lot less because
Yep.
your house doesn't get all full of the outside dirt, and it's really comfy to be in your socks
Yep.
at home. And it, to me now, it makes the ritual of coming home complete.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wearing
that's so
shoes,
true.
it's like I am not at home, so I'm performing the act of being a human outside in society.
Yeah.
But the moment I come home, I take my shoes off and I'm relaxing, right? I'm
Mhm.
chillaxing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's part of the ritual of coming home.
Yeah, it's like, like there's certain items, like what I think it was on Jeopardy or something. I forgot the game show where they're asking questions. The one where they ask like random questions and you have to figure out which one are the popular answers.
Oh,
Family Feud. And one of them was what's the one article of clothing women are so eager to like get off when
Take
they
off the end of the
take
day,
off
yeah.
when they get inside their house, and then it was like the top whatever. Of course, everybody guessed most of them, like the high heels, the bra, the makeup, the stuff like that. But like, yeah, you're right. The shoes, it's part of the ritual.
It's part of the ritual. Like if I'm wearing shoes, I'm not at home.
Like the second I get home, sweatpants.
Is that right? Do you actually
Oh,
change
100%.
your clothes?
Oh yeah. I never stay in the same clothes.
I've met some people that have indoor clothes, so that their outdoor clothes never touch the inside of their house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like maybe not that much for me, but kind of. So I do have clothes that I will automatically change into when I get into my house,
Oh,
depending on what season it is, and those never see the light of day.
really?
They are always inside my house.
It makes sense if you work like in the field or if you work with dangerous
That was
materials like you. But like when I'm wearing my office clothes, I just went from sitting in a chair to sitting in a different chair.
For me it's more like they're dirty. I feel like I do walk a lot from and to my house, so I get
commuting.
And taking transit when it's more than just 10 minutes on the train, when you're spending an hour on like multiple buses in the train, like
you come home and you feel like
I'm coming
icky.
home and I'm like, at the very least I'm changing, like I'm taking off the sweater I wore, I'm taking off the jeans I wore,
all right,
because like the germs of public transit, I don't want to spread those if I can help it, right?
Yeah.
So, and also the jeans I wore to work, maybe not the most comfortable for lounging around in the house.
That's true. Alex says they have a friend that has an immunity issue. So to prevent the spreading of germs, they switched into different clothes.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder how many more of us would be would get sick less if
Yeah.
we were to change our clothes when we came
I
home.
have to say, during the lockdowns, during the COVID pandemic lockdowns, it was so nice because not the lockdowns, not the circumstances of the lockdowns, but the fact that everybody was masking, fewer people were out and about. I had to go back into the office. I had to go back into the lab July of 2020. So I've been back working on site
the whole time.
Pretty much the whole time. But being like, when public transit was like 20% ridership, and it was just me, and I had like half a car of the train to myself.
Yes.
And there was like me and 3 other people on the bus.
I remember those days.
It was so nice. And then you're masking the whole time. I never got sick. I went like 18 months without getting a cold. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
And I came home, and because of like the nature of the work I was doing, and the fact that it was also the pandemic, I came home and immediately, like in the front, like I'd come in, close the door, take off my boots, and immediately change out of what I was wearing that day, put it into the laundry, and put on my pajamas.
Yep.
Immediately.
Yep.
That's so nice. That's what I mean about the ritual, right?
Yeah.
You come in and you're like, I am no longer in outside mode. I
Yeah.
am now in inside mode.
Because
Yeah.
like the clothing I was wearing was contaminated, so it's like I'm not going to be wearing contaminated clothing
Yeah.
into my house and onto my couch.
Y'all
So I have
remember
to
when we
change
were
out of
wiping
it.
down our groceries?
Yeah,
I wonder if that ever made a difference.
might have.
I
It
don't know.
certainly made people feel better, and that's what
I
matters.
felt better wiping
Yeah.
down my groceries.
But it was really nice to like have that ritual and be like, okay, the outside world is now there, and the inside world is here, and to have that separation, to have
Yeah.
that ritual,
Yeah.
as you say, that was really, really nice.
A few years ago, I went to an amusement park with my partner and sister-in-law and brother-in-law. And every time we got off of a ride, I would pull out my spritzy
Hand
hand
sanitizer?
sanitizer. And just like we would all like spray, right? And my brother-in-law, Lorena's husband, he was like, I am like this. But were you already like this before COVID, or did you become this way
Mm-hmm.
after COVID? And I
Mhm.
was like, you know what? I think the pandemic made me get more in the habit of like sanitizing
Mm-hmm.
every time I touch something that's not mine,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not every time, but like when you're in an amusement park.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, always knitting. We are also
Always knitting. That's great.
And they want to know what we are knitting. It looks very interesting. I would love to get started with some dorks.
Why don't
Yeah,
Those
let's
are
do our
dorks.
dorks so you get
So,
to hear that.
If you've never heard us do our dorks, it is DORK, what we are drinking, what we are wearing, our outfit, what we are reading, and what we are knitting.
Or making.
Or making.
making.
So, do we want to do DDDOORRKKK? Or do we
Yeah.
want to do
Yeah,
dork,
let's
dork,
do
dork?
it. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that was a fun format last time.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, here, sorry. Excuse me, let me get ready for the D part of the dorks.
Oh yeah, you got to cry. Oh, you should have done it in front of the microphone.
No, that's so loud.
Okay, fine.
Isn't it?
I don't know. I hate ASMR channels, so
No, I love them. I just don't want to like give you that if you don't want it.
fair enough.
What are you drinking, bud?
Just a crispy DC. Crispy fridge seg. Diet Coke
Crispy Diet
on the
Coke.
reg. I have a problem.
Carine?
It's fine.
This looks like ordinary
I was
water,
gonna say that's H2O.
but it's not. Well, it is, but like it's
H2O plus.
H2O plus, H2O plus with lemon and cucumber because of you.
Ooh,
Oh, I love
yeah, you
cucumber.
mentioned that
So
yesterday.
because you mentioned it yesterday, so I thought I'll give it a try. So there's no sugar in there. It's
Wait, am
literally
I an
just
influencer now? Because I influenced
You're
you
a
to make a
rock-fluencer.
cucumber lemonade.
you're a what?
A what fluencer?
A what influencer?
What is that?
Water fluencer.
Oh what?
If this weren't your house, I would kick you out.
Okay, I'll go to the bedroom.
How is it?
It's very so. I thought the cucumber was gonna get drowned by the lemon, but actually I can taste both, so it's kind of nice. So yeah, that's what I'm drinking.
I'm
Nice.
having a pineapple bubbly, which is really cute because on the other side it has a little happy face and it says Anana. I love that about Canada. Everything comes in French.
I think
It's so
ananas is my
nice.
favorite French word.
Anana. Anana.
Did I ever tell you that when I was in don't judge me. Judge me,
Never.
it's fine. When I was in elementary school, I did not speak English. Or I was
Yep,
starting to
knew that.
learn to speak English.
Okay.
And for the longest time, and by longest I mean about 1 year in the 5th grade, I thought for sure that the word for pineapple in English was just anana, but in English, so ananas.
Ananas.
So I kept saying ananas, but like if
Can
I would
get
pronounce it, and
ananas
it kind of
juice?
sounded like ananus.
Ananas.
And then nobody corrected me for the whole like freaking year
Because it's funny
because it's funny. So yeah, I have
Love
a few
it.
of those, but that's probably
Love
my
it.
favorite out of all.
What's your favorite fruit? Ananas.
No, I mean, as in like a couple of like mishaps with the English language when I was learning it. Like I didn't really
Yeah.
know how to pronounce or where to put the intonation properly, so it just sounded really wrong.
Mhm.
But that one is my favorite because I
So
genuinely
funny.
did not know pineapple was the actual word.
But look at you now.
Look at you now.
I still don't understand why we call them pineapple, but that's just
It is
me.
not a pine, and it is not an apple.
Hold on. Let me break out the Merriam-Webster dictionary app.
In Spanish, it's
Look up.
piña.
Piña. That makes sense.
But not everywhere is Spanish. Mexico Spanish, where I grew up, it was piña, which is in my opinion, a very fun word.
Mm.
But there are other places in Latin America that do call it anana.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, it's not French is not the only language that.
No.
Calls
I wonder
it
if that is the Latin root of the word.
Most likely.
Yeah. So that's what we are drinking. Outfit. I think we're all wearing something today,
Yes.
which is exciting. I am wearing
Doesn't give you the etymology.
This is my summer ranunculus, which is made in 1 strand of fingering weight cotton yarn. I made this with Trailhead yarn, which is a local to us yarn dyer that used to be in Castleman, Ontario.
Yeah, they are no longer dying.
They're no longer dyeing, but they have transferred their dyeing business to another woman, still here in some other city in Ontario, and it is now called, I think, Waypoint.
I think so.
I think it's now going to be called Waypoint Yarns, and it's so nice. It kind of looks like a sunset, the way it knit up, and it's. I'll be honest, I've had this for several years and it's been in the machine a lot, so it's looking a little bit ratty. But I still wear it every summer, and I love it.
It just means it's well loved.
It is well loved. It's definitely one of my favorite pieces, even though it's not like fancy or anything. It's my summer ranunculus, and I love it.
Well, there we go.
Hey, Nia, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Oolong Tank.
It's so
By
pretty.
Amy Sherman.
Amy Sher.
Yeah,
Amy Sher.
Amy Sher.
Amy Sher.
And I love it. I don't wear it super often, mostly because I usually wear it with like a blouse under.
Yeah,
Oh, I
and then
see.
this as a vest on top. But I just felt like today was a little
It's
too warm
perfect.
for
You
wearing
did it in
with
a
it.
silk base, didn't you? Like
Yeah, this is Silk Yak
Silk
from
Silk
our
Yak?
friend
Melissa.
Melissa. Yeah, from Alley Cat Yarn. So
Oh, you're so soft.
Hi, Melissa.
I'm always soft. No.
You are always soft.
But yeah, like this is a very nice. I don't wear it as often as I would like to. I'm not gonna lie, just mostly because it gets buried in my other stuff, and then I'm always, oh, but what about this one?
Yeah.
Like, do you notice that sometimes you just
Yeah.
have like that 3 or 4 projects that you're just like you could wear more often, but then you see the other 2 or 3 or 4 projects that you always wear, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, but I could just wear.
Yeah. Okay, I have started doing this thing where, because I have all my sweaters and garments in a cupboard in one of my like Billy bookcases.
Oh,
Mhm.
do you?
And so what I do is when I go to put on something, if I'm not like matching it specific color wise, I grab the one that's at the bottom of the pile. And then when I put them back on the top of the pile. So I'm trying to always be like, okay, well, I'm just grabbing the one that it's
You're
been the
very
longest since I've
systematic about it. That's
worn.
cool.
So
What are you wearing, Allie?
what am I wearing? I am wearing the Ripple Bralette. Oh, if I can
You
sit up
said to
higher.
remind you not to flash people.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this will be a very quick showing. I'm wearing the Ripple Bralette by Jessie May. I knit it in cotton.
It's so nice.
I haven't
It
worn
is.
in any of the ends. They're all hanging loose. Don't care, tucking them in. I don't wear this like out of doors. I wear this when I'm at home hanging out. I have another one that I made in wool, which I wear in the winter when I'm hanging out at home versus the cotton in the summer.
So nice.
This too has been through the machine, so it's kind of gotten a little like
A little ratty.
not ratty so much as like the cotton version of felting, I suppose.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like it's like gotten solidified almost.
So cotton kind of like thins out a little bit, like cotton yarn
Which is why I'm wearing it
gets
with
like
a layer over
extra
top.
firm. Yeah.
So yeah,
no, but
I
it's still looking really
love
nice.
it. I want to make
I love
another one, but make it longer so it's like more of a camisole length,
Totally.
and then maybe potentially line it with like a little bit of fabric just in the front.
so you can
so that I
wear
can
it
wear
as
it
a top.
Out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally.
I
Yeah.
think that
You know
would
what? That's a
be-
great idea.
I think that would be fun.
I think
to
if you,
do.
because of the stretch, if you were to line it with like a jersey t-shirt
Yeah.
material, that would work out.
Yeah, and I
really
just need
nicely.
to do it like just
and it'd
in
be soft.
the bust or just in like the front panel of it
Yeah.
for like, so that it doesn't like gape awkwardly. And then if I could get a fabric that's either the same color as the yarn I use or the close to my skin tone,
yeah.
then it would kind of blend in.
Right.
So I think that's what I might do in the future. I'm pretty sure I have some more cotton yarn in my stash that I don't have a plan for. So I need to see. I need to like dig it out but I have so many projects planned that it's just like
Me too. There's too many things to knit, not
Yeah.
enough time.
Exactly. So that's what I'm wearing. The Ripple Bralette by Jessie May. I've knit 2 of them with plans to knit more.
Me too.
Great at-home layer. Or alternatively, I have worn it out and about, but as like an underlayer.
Yeah.
There's no support. So if you are a person who needs to wear a chest garment, a bra, or something that requires support, this might not be a one and done for you. You might have to wear
might need to put a
with
little
with a structured garment.
But you know what I've seen is I've seen people put a elastic.
Ooh.
Like a band of elastic on the inside
Of the ribbed hem?
Of the ribbed hem, and then it kind of cinches below the bust, and that might give you a little bit of extra support.
Okay.
Yeah. But it is sort of, you have to make a casing for it. So you knit your cuff or your edge twice the size that you want, twice the length that you want it to be, fold it over and stick an elastic in the middle like a casing.
Yeah, that's a decision you'd have to make at the beginning because this is a bottom-up construction.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So
cool.
Yeah, love it.
Very nice. But have you been reading?
Yes.
What a silly question to ask, Allie.
Have I been reading? Yes. I didn't read as much last weekend because I was out of town, but I did read an entire book on the flight. So that was fun.
You were visiting your sister.
Yeah, I was just visiting my sister. My dad and I went for the long weekend. It's been a while since he and I visited together.
It's not that long of a flight. You read a whole book on the flight?
Yeah, it's about 5 hours flight time.
Okay, it's longer than I thought.
So, I read Hag-seed by Margaret Atwood, which was really good. I've had the book in my TBR pile for a long time.
What's it about?
I completely forgot. I just pulled it off the shelf and was like, I know I want to read this, and it's the right length. I need about a 300-page book is the perfect length for me to read cover to cover on the flight. So I was looking for length when I was picking. I wasn't looking for like content. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is the perfect length for me to read on the flight. It was actually so perfect because this book, Hag-seed, is a like modern, I don't want to say it's a modern retelling of The Tempest by Shakespeare, but it's like a story that's themed around like I don't even know how to properly describe it. If you love Shakespeare, you will love this book. So the characters are experiencing life and they're putting on, the main character is like putting on the play of The Tempest, but the what's happening to this character in his real life is directly mirroring what's happening in the play.
Just in true Shakespeare fashion, putting a play inside of another play.
Right?
I was gonna say, that's
right?
very, yeah.
So it was so good though, because I knew that it was like, I knew that it was Shakespeare based. I knew that there was a tie in there, but I didn't know beyond that. I had bought it, and then I'd put it on my shelf, and then it had been like 3 years, and I had completely forgotten all of the minutiae. Dang. And so I was really excited when I started reading it. I was like, wait, are they doing what I think they're doing? And then they did, and it was really enjoyable.
That's amazing.
Would absolutely recommend it. It was so good. It was a quick read, and it was one of those books too where you're reading it and you're like, I feel mildly uncomfortable with what the main character is doing, but that's the point. Yeah. That's the point. The main character is supposed to be a mirror to Prospero, and Prospero is a character that you're supposed to be like, I don't like you. I don't like you. Yeah. So it was really enjoyable.
That's awesome.
What else have I read? I've read lots of other things, as always.
Give us one more. One highlight.
One highlight. I am currently reading Paladin's Hope by Kingfisher. It's the third in their Saints of Steel series. Love it so much. It's Piper and Galen. Love the two of them together. I'm listening to the audiobook, and I was listening to it last night, and I was sitting on my couch and I was listening, and I was like, I am so glad I live alone because I don't know if I can listen to this in public.
Oh, you're on the audiobook.
Yes, that's what the library
saucy?
has. It's getting to be a little
saucy. A little saucy.
The two of them, I'm like, oh, Piper, oh,
do you like saucy books? I love a saucy book. I didn't used to because I was like, no, that's for adults. But then I'm like, I'm friggin' 38.
I'm like, I'm an adult.
an adult.
I've also picked up my copy of Adversary to the Villain, but I haven't started reading it yet because 4 library books came off of hold on the same day.
Oh my god.
And I decided to
Can I just see the cover? I'm obsessed.
It's
decided to say
beautiful.
yes to all of those
Look
library
at
books
Fluffy!
instead of suspending any of them.
Got my Cauldron Brew. My Plutaku.
I love it.
That's amazing. I'm gonna show the cover because this book has been
So
giving me
excited.
and I need you to see the frog on the back. Hold on.
Kingsley!
Oh my god.
Kingsley! More like King Slay.
King Slay. So cute. Look at that.
So by the time we come back in 2 weeks, I will have finished this one.
It's not lost on me that the edges are pink. Yes, I love a painted edge.
I love that. I love that.
I know 3 of my 4 books, so this is the 4th one in the series. I think 3 of the 4 that I have painted edges. I'm very excited about that.
That is really cute.
I think
I
it's a new trend.
It is
Like
getting
in the
to
last
be-
few years that like people are, because now it's
Yeah.
like people actually buy books sometimes for how they look.
Oh yeah, the special editions, whatever.
Yeah.
If I were to have waited, because this book just came out on Tuesday, if I were to have waited 6 months and then picked up a copy, I don't think it would have had the sprayed edges.
Mm.
But because I did the pre-order and I got it when it was published, like on publication day,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why it came with the
Mhm.
the pink sprayed edges. But yeah, that's my reading right now.
Are you reading, Carine?
Yeah, tons actually.
And
So I just finished the 3rd installment of Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is Dungeon Anarchist's Cookbook, the Dungeon Anarchist's Cookbook. Lovely, just as all the
Is
other ones
there
are.
recipes in the book?
that would be
Sure, if you can call it that.
Uh-oh.
It's I mean, it's the Anarchist's Cookbook. If you don't know what that is,
I don't.
okay. Way to make bombs.
Ah,
That's literally like, so the book existed, like so the book is a real.
That makes sense.
So anyway, without giving too much away, it is absolutely wonderful. I enjoyed the ride. I laughed. Like my partner was like watching TV while I was reading in the other room, and he would hear me cackle like an idiot because of the humor is just like
So
amazing. Like, yeah, like honestly, I know it's a huge trend right now and everybody's like jumping on it, so not everybody is sometimes you want to avoid books like that when everybody's jumping in, but it is so good. So if you do enjoy science fiction, or even if you don't,
like 4 different
you're
people
gonna
have
love it.
recommended this to me.
like you're gonna love it, you're gonna lose your mind. This is how good it is. It's wonderful.
Really good.
And of course, Princess Donut is life. But anyway, I'm pretty much worshiping at her altar. Other than that, I am also, so that one I finished yesterday. I'm currently reading Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moronova, which is a military dark romance.
Okay.
So,
Huh?
Okay.
I've just started it, so I'm not like super into it yet, but from what I understand, the female protagonist was part of an elite force that was decimated during a mission. She's the only survivor, and
Right.
then she is being I guess transferred to a new unit. That new unit, sorry, is
Hi,
there-
Panda Big Crochet.
Oh, hi.
Thank you.
the new unit is essentially the I want to say like the male protagonist is in that unit, and they were supposed to be, I guess, shadowing each other. So they both units blame each other for what happened during that mission. Because she's the sole survivor, they transfer her into this one. So everybody hates her guts. And that's how the story starts.
I see.
So it's very much an enemies to lovers kind of deal. So from what I understand, I'm not there yet, but apparently she's going to be left. So they're going to be left at in an area where they missed the checkpoint, the evac point, which means they are left behind, and it's only her and the male protagonist who are left behind. And she chooses to stay with him to, like, I guess, defend him. I don't know exactly what. I'm not there yet, but that's the.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Other than that, I think. Oh well, you're gonna love this.
Ah.
So remember last time you were talking about the Beekeeper's Apprentice?
Yes.
I started it on audio.
Oh,
Because I found out that it was available on, and like I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot.
I was teaching an intro to crochet class, I think, and one of my students recommended that series.
Yeah, so like I'm reading the first one, The Bee's Apprentice by Laurie King. I'm about 25% done.
Oh, how'd you like it?
I like it. It's very Sherlock Holmes. It's very
for sure.
It's very Sherlock Holmes. Like so if you like the murder mystery types and the intrigue and cases and the you're gonna love it. Like there's no ways about it. I'm enjoying it. It's I don't like I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I enjoy it more because it's audio. I think I would not necessarily enjoy it as much if it was reading for some reason. Maybe because like you have to really pay attention to the details. But with audio it's easier to like grasp. I guess that's the way. And then the last thing I'm reading right now is the fourth installment to the Cozy Verse, which is a pack for summer. So after a pack for what was the first one? Autumn, a pack for
winter,
spring, winter, and a pack for spring. Now I'm at a pack for summer, and I'm kind of excited. This is by two authors. So the pack for summer is Eliana Lee. And I'm kind of hyped for this one because the female protagonist is my favorite of the four girls. She's like a nonsensical, like I'm gonna like I got this. Like she tells it as it like it is, and I'm very excited to see how her story proceeds. So they're all really cute little cozy verse. Like if you remember, this is the one where it's like wide shoes but super cozy and cute. Yeah. So they all have 3 male suitors, and they don't get to choose at the end. They get everybody. So it's, you know, if it's your cup of tea,
you can have your cake and eat it.
And eat it.
And to be fair, they're all adorable. They're all cute. A lot of those guys are actually like also bisexual. So they're also like into each other.
Everybody's having their cake and eating it.
Everybody is having their cake and eating it too. But it's just like they all have like their little cute little like personality.
That's cool.
And then there's like, of course, some of them are stereotypes, like the broody.
I like a multi main character.
Like there's the broody type, the cute type, the artistic type. They're all there, right? So it's a bit of a
classic archetype,
but it's still kind of like an enjoyable. It's very short. It's very cute. It's like not even 300 pages.
It's like brain
in some
floss.
cases. Yeah, 100%. Like it's you don't have to think when you read those, but you find it lovely.
Love it.
That is nice.
That's it. What about you?
I am reading. Panda Bay Crochet says they're reading like sci-fi dystopian end of the world zombie stuff, which is so fun. Started the Dresden Files. The narrator's difficult to listen to. Oh man, I had this problem too with what was the narrator that I was having trouble with?
It was the narrator from the Ben Aaronovitch Rivers of London series.
Rivers of London, which is like a police procedural kind of. It's really cool. It's a good story. Good. I love it. It's magical. There's ghosts and stuff. But the narrator, first of all, had a British accent that I don't think was native.
Okay.
And had a lot of wet sound.
Oh God, no. Okay, yeah, no. Ugh.
And it's not my favorite thing. I gotta say.
No, that and the heavy breathing. Have you heard that? I hear it in songs too sometimes. So in audiobooks and songs, when you can hear the inhale a bit too much. And I'm like, okay, like once it's fine, but when it's the whole song or the whole like, I can't do it.
Like it takes you out of the music?
Yes.
Well, it took me out of that book, but I will give it another go some other time. So currently, I am reading what I didn't think was also going to be a murdy, misty police kind of thing, because I went into this book completely unknowing of the plot or anything, but I am loving it so far. It's a YA book. It's called Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulley.
I've heard about it.
Narrated by Isabella Star LeBlanc. And I keep thinking about you, Ellie, because the main plot is it takes place in Sault Ste. Marie, but in the U.S. side of Sault Ste. Marie,
where my cousins live,
where your cousins live, and so there's interesting plot lines that have them crossing the border to Sault Ste. Marie in Canada, and I'm like, that's where my buddy's from. It's really cool. I'm learning a lot about what I'm hoping is accurately represented Ojibwe culture, Anishinaabe Moan. And the book has a lot of Anishinaabe Moan language as well in there. So that's very fun to experience and very interesting to me as well. It's been making me want to get into Anishinaabe Moan language class.
Mm-hmm.
You should.
Because like that is the local language
Yeah, you
here.
should.
Mhm.
You
Like,
should.
that is the people that live here
Mhm.
are Anishinaabe Moan. We're in Anishinaabe land. Anyway, I really recommend Firekeeper's Daughter. If you like YA main characters, like young adult main characters, the main character is 18 and is sort of this like coming of age, first day of university, kind of making those big decisions. And it's about friendship and loyalty and family and cultural belonging. And she is mixed ethnicity. So on one side, her mom's side is Italian, and her dad's side is Ojibwe. And so it's a lot of that, like, trying to tread water between two worlds, you know? And it's so interesting to read about that because a lot of us feel like we're in between, peoples. And I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. And also there's a little bit of romance, a little bit of will they, won't they, a little bit of murder, a little bit of mystery.
Oh, a little bit of murder.
A little bit of murder. No, I quite like it. I'm having a really, really good time with it. And now that I know that you've got the last villain book, I'm gonna press on with Apprentice so that I
Nice.
can read Adversary.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Yep, I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
I got Annie
I'm on
into the
book 3.
series.
Yeah.
I got Annie into the series earlier this year, I guess. Last
Earlier
year?
this year. Yeah.
Yeah. And I read the third one while you were reading the first one, and you got to watch me finish reading the third one
And
in lifetime.
audibly suffer.
I by the end of it, by the last like 40 pages, you had to put your book down and just
I was like, I'm gonna have to borrow that book that you're
just,
reading.
just watch me react.
It
And
looks
I-
like I can't.
I finished it, and I was so like, what the hell, that I just threw the book down, and then I stood up, and then I picked the book up again, and I threw the book down, and then I dramatically like splayed out on the ground, and I was like, what? Anyway, it was really good.
And that is when I knew I had to read that book. And if you haven't yet, and you like sort of quippy, fast humor, that is like very like a little cringe, a little nonsensical, you might like this book.
The series,
Apprentice to the Villain. There's Apprentice to the Villain. No, Assistant to the Villain, Apprentice to the Villain. I'm currently on Accomplice to the Villain.
And number 4, Adversary to the Villain.
Which I'm so excited for.
Yeah. And I will say this, if you want to know if you're going to like the style of humor or not, the author's Instagram account, she started making videos of the like interactions between the villain and the assistant, and people were like, this is so funny, you should write a book. And she was like,
and then she did.
She's like, I'm gonna write 5. So if you check out her Instagram, you can see the videos and like see the kind of humor and kind of get an idea as to whether or not you'll be interested in the humor that she uses.
Yeah.
Great recommendations for books in the chat. The End of Everything by Christopher Martian. Main characters, a teenage sister struggling to survive the zombie apocalypse. That is 100% something I would read.
Yep.
Artian, not Martian. Widow, which is
Iron Widow is amazing.
Widow.
I read it.
You read it?
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Oh, I might have to look into that one.
I have them both right there.
Same.
Oh, and it's a series, says Alex. They're currently on the 2nd book.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it's,
The Wheel of Time
I believe
series?
it's a duology. I don't think
Yeah.
she's...
Listen, The Wheel of
Okay.
Time. The Wheel of Time has also been recommended. I'm probably not going to read the book because my attention span does not span that far. But I'm loving the show, actually.
But you could do the audiobooks. Rosamund Pike has been narrating them. They're
has she?
Yeah, so I think they're up to like
Rosamund Pike.
I think they're up to like book 6 that's been released with her audio her recordings. So yeah, you could do that.
And books by R.A. Salvatore. I don't know them actually.
I've heard that.
I've heard about
name.
them. Yeah.
If you have a favorite by R.A. Salvatore, please let us know. I would like to check that out because I do like fantasy Lord of the Rings stuff. Fantastic narrator. Okay, amazing.
Book
club while we're knitting.
Dude, literally every episode I come away with more book recommendations and my TBR never shrinks as a result.
Your TBR and your Ravelry queue, they're ever-living documents.
They're evergreen.
Will never be done.
Yeah, they're evergreen to
and
use
they
the
are
bureaucratic parlance.
Yeah, and the lady never discusses the length of her TBR or her Ravelry queue.
Yo, there's this one book talk creator. Her name is Helen. I'm blanking on the name of her handle, but I can pull it up pretty quickly if need be. She has this TBR board that she made. It's like a big Monopoly board where every time she reads a new book, she rolls a dice and like she picks up, like she lands on a prompt on her TBR board, and that's how she chooses the next book that she's going to read. And every time I watch a video, she's like, somehow I'm still over 500 books on my TBR. How does this happen? And then the next video is she's like, so I went to Barnes and Noble. It's like, Helen.
Well,
Helen.
You answered your own question.
Oh man, she cracks me up. I love her so much.
Funny.
She's so funny, but she does have really good book recommendations. So,
so I went to the bookstore.
But then also because she's a book talker, she does get a lot of like PR books sent to her and arcs and stuff like that. So she
cool
is,
as hell.
but she reads a lot. Like she's getting through books really quickly. So it's just really funny. She's like, I got it down to 504, and the next video she's like, so I'm at 521.
That's too funny.
It is hilarious.
All right.
We're
this is a knitting podcast, guys.
Oh yeah.
FYI.
It's
you
not,
haven't,
it's, in case you were thinking it's just a podcast where we knit. No. It's actually a knitting podcast.
Yeah. We're mostly knitting, but we're also talking about like other stuff.
Yeah.
So speaking about knitting, I am currently picking up the back stitches of attempt number 3 at my partner's Kordy sweater.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
Listen, third time's a charm, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
it looks lovely though. That color
so
work.
the color work,
good.
unfortunately, is finished, which was my favorite part to do. This is, it looks great on camera, I have to say. Not to toot my own horn, but
It really does.
So I am done with the gusset, which actually the gusset is literally just
like the short rows?
No, there's no short rows. You just work back and forth for 7. You make like a panel, an additional small panel.
Oh.
And then they're gonna have me pick up the corner of that
so
panel
instead of short rows,
reduce.
you're doing a gusset.
a gusset.
That is so smart.
Very clever construction. This is by
the Burgins.
the Burgin twins. This is their book Moon and Turtle by Sachiko and Kiyomi Burgin. Hand-knit designers from Toronto. Oh, they're from Toronto? I thought they were in Vancouver.
So did I.
They might now live in Vancouver. And it is actually the sweater, the jumper that's on the cover. This is the Kordy, Kordy. I am really, really enjoying making this, even though I've attempted to make it 3 times now. Not because I did it wrong, because it's because the first time around I miscalculated my gauge, so I chose the wrong size. The second time around, I left the whip simmer and languish for about a year and a half, and my partner changed sizes. So his arms didn't comfortably fit anymore. The yoke fit perfectly.
Yeah, he got ripped.
He started going to the gym.
He got ripped.
I wouldn't say that. But he did change sizes on his upper body. So I am now making the biggest possible size. Because he was like, well, I would like it to be slouchy anyway. And I was like, well, we could have started there. So
Next time he gets a cardigan.
don't be
Just a little
like
more
me.
forgiving.
Always double, triple check your gauge.
Well, unless you do it brioche style, but yes.
Yeah, and if you're gonna make it for someone else, best ask them if they're gonna want it slouchy. Because I was just going by like his actual measurements, and then I chose the appropriate one. But anyway, it's coming up real nice. I don't mind making it 3 times because it's for my partner. And I suppose he deserves it.
He does. He's pretty great.
He's all right. What are you working on, bud?
I am working on the Noah top.
Vamos
let me just,
a Noah.
Let me just finish this little part here so I don't lose a stitch.
Digging the colors for the sweater. He chose the colors himself, actually.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they look great.
They
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Great color sense.
He's got a good sense of color, which I don't. So I took him to Wabi Sabi, our local yarn store, and I was like, "This is the main color. You pick your alternative color."
So this is the Noah top. I am currently doing the first strap of the top.
Fun.
It's almost there.
Yeah, I know. So like this yarn is cotton and it's kind of self-striping, which means
it's very
that
self-striping.
yeah.
which means that
You're gonna
the
look
four-
like a
the
ice cream
4
cone.
straps are going to be a
Straps are-
little different.
What if they're each one color of the stripes?
So actually, I was
All the
thinking of
Neapolitan bits.
of doing this, but
You could match them easily.
I could
Yeah.
easily match them because I have enough to do the other one. So on one side it would be pretty much this and maybe a little bit of this color, which
you
is
can
fine.
you can try to find. Oh, sorry, may I?
Yes.
You can try to find where this pink starts to transition into the tan,
Yeah.
and then cut up to there and pick up and reattach exactly at that point.
That's what I figured. And then what's
And
nice
then your
is that
straps would be the same color so that you have
the
matching
front,
boobies.
yeah, the front looks.
and then for the back, what's nice is that the next yarn ball is green and green. So I could literally grab one strand and one strand from the outside, one
Can
strand
I
from
show
the
what yarn you're using?
It's such a nice.
Because you
yarn.
guys gotta look at this. Like,
Mhm.
look at that. Look at that.
Pistachio
Beautiful
Neapolitan is what we
pistachio.
Yeah,
called it last
it's
time.
it literally looks like ice cream at this point.
This is Lang 4 Degradé.
It's lovely. It's super
It's so drapey.
drapey.
in
It's
the-
100% cotton. It's so soft as well for cotton, which I'm very like.
It's quite.
I'm
nice.
realizing I have to do more knitting. Like I want to knit more with cotton because it's so much nicer for summer.
Yeah.
The
'Cause my
colorway
first-
doesn't have a name, but it is 1088. Color 1088.
Yes,
And it's very nice. It's like pistachio,
Oh, it's a fuzzy
vanilla,
peach.
strawberry.
Fuzzy peach.
it's called. I think it's called fuzzy peach.
Okay.
or
It must
something
be like on the
peach.
website where you see the name.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying it very much, and definitely going to be.
And it's coming up so cute. Like I said, you're
Yeah.
going to look like an ice cream cone.
Yep.
my favorite
Delicious.
dessert of all time. So I think that's fine.
Deliciosa.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah,
Oh my
how
gosh,
about
my
you?
God. I am working. Okay, funny story about this. So yesterday we went to the Twist Festival, right? And I made up the decision that I was going to come home and I was going to immediately cast on the yarn I bought so that I didn't just stick it in my stash and it languish, right? Which is what's happened.
Twist Festival is a fiber festival that happens yearly in Saint-André-Avelin, Quebec.
Saint-André d'Avelin ou Avelin?
Saint-André-d'Avelin, Quebec. And we have gone,
This is our
I
fourth
think
year?
this is our 4th year in a row going.
easily.
It is a fantastic, lovely, low-key collection of local and national vendors.
Mhm.
A few international.
I think there was like one or two
seen,
American.
like 1 or 2 Americans.
Yeah, because we're so close to the border.
Because we're so close to the border, that make the trip up here to Quebec. And my favorite part is that it happens in a big community area where there's a baseball diamond.
Yes.
And in the baseball area, because it's fenced in, they bring sheep and sheep herding dogs, and you can see the sheep, and we got to pet them, and it's so cool. So if you're ever around Quebec in the summer or you want to make the trip, Twist Fiber Festival is a great, very recommendable show for you to go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't venture to compare it to the New York Sheep and Wool Fest because that's ginormous.
This is a smaller festival.
But it is a smaller festival. We still managed to spend 5 or 6 hours there.
Yeah, it's definitely a smaller venue, but it's so packed with good things that you don't notice that
people.
It's
And
like
very
honestly,
good people.
it's still. I'm gonna be honest. It is my favorite festival of the year.
I would say so too. I really enjoy like the hyper locality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went there. You bought some yarn and you wanted to cast it on immediately.
And I was gonna, because in the past we've gone to other fiber festivals like the Alma Fiber Festival or Knit City or etc. And I've bought yarn and I've brought it home. It's been in my stash and it's still sitting in my stash all these years later. So I was like, no, I am going to, and I already had the pattern picked out. I was like, I'm going to cast it on because I bought yarn for 2 projects and we're going to make another video about this. So stay tuned. But I bought yarn for 2 projects. One, which is the Baltic Storm sweater, where I'm going to start buying the yarn in small chunks because a lot of yarn is required for this very large.
Do you have a
client.
picture of the Baltic Storm?
Please, yes, we need to share this. It's so beautiful.
Yes, I do. I can open it up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just, because that one is going to be a very invested magnum opus sweater project.
I love that you've already decided this will be your magnum opus.
This is the one where like
I got
whichever of my nibblings becomes my heir, that's what they're getting. This is their whole inheritance. Right?
I'm having a hard time focusing. It's a fully teeny tiny, what is this, DK?
It's like DK weight, yeah.
Okay, I can't get this to focus. But it is, oh there it is. It is a DK full intarsia sweater.
No, full color work, not
full color work?
Full color work.
Damn.
In the round.
Anyway, it looks like a painting, I kid you not.
Yeah, it does.
It's gorgeous. And there are
if you're on your phone, do you mind putting it on the chat just real quick?
3, 4, 5, 6 colors required in fingering yarn and mohair held together. So it's a lot, guys. It's going to be a lot. So I decided I would get some of the yarns now, and over the next 3 or 4 months, I will slowly accumulate some of the yarns, right?
Okay.
So,
do you need all 6 to get started?
No, I don't. I don't need all 6 to get started. But I did not buy enough yarn to start that one. Okay. So that one is not, because I didn't get any of the mohair. So let me just.
I have to say I appreciate your slow purchase approach to this like enormous project that you're going to embark in, because it can feel so prohibiting to have to buy, what is it, like 15 different balls of yarn,
give or take, I think,
because you're gonna need like 2 or 3 per color.
Yep.
And it's 6 or 7 colors, so that's a lot of yarn to buy. And like, not to call you out, but all 3 of us are kind of bougie when it comes to choosing our yarn.
I ended up going with Sadness Garn Tin Lina,
which is pretty reasonable.
I used Tin Lina.
Yeah,
you didn't really use Tin Lina. You used Peer Gynt.
Sorry, Peer Gynt. You're right.
Tin Lina is a cotton linen.
Yes, you're right. No. Sorry, the Tin Peer Gynt is what I bought, which is 100% Norwegian wool, because, and I'm sure I'll talk about this in much more detail when I do eventually cast it on, but my body is shaped like a Dorito, as we've already established, and so a colorwork sweater that is designed to be a tube will not work for my body. So my plan is to modify the sweater to steek the sides of it so that it opens up kind of like a tunic. Yeah. So I needed a sticky wool.
Because you're definitely more Fergalicious than that model. She's Fergalicious.
Definicious. Make them boys go loco. It's funny because I'm asexual, right?
So the boys will not be going loco.
And if they do, I'm not even going to clock it. 0% will not clock it. But so I bought a little bit of the yarn for that. But what I did buy was I bought a garment quantity of yarn for a t-shirt that I've had in my queue for a long time. I'll talk about this when we film our twist episode. And so my plan was to come home and to cast that on immediately. So I come home, I get the yarn, I'm looking around for the needles to get started with it before I wind up the yarn, wouldn't you know, I have no 3mm needles available.
What?
And I'm like, well, that's annoying. So I go on my Ravelry and I check all my projects because I keep meticulous notes on everything in Ravelry. And I check all my projects and I'm like, which projects have all my freaking 3mm needles on them? And
which of you bitches have my 3.5ers?
And so this project in my lap had 3mm needles on it. And I was like, fine.
Is this the Aurora?
No, not the Aurora. So I was like, fine, I'll pull this one out. And actually, I'm really glad that I did for another reason. A, this one is at a stage where it's just a lot of stockinette, which is not something I had in my project rotation. All of my projects are at like kind of complicated stages.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not picking up my knitting because I was like, I don't want to have to think about picking up stitches for like a sleeve or do a heel or do whatever.
Yeah.
So having one now that's got like 400 and some stitches of stockinette per row, ideal, right? Ideal. Perfect for knitting and listening to an audiobook, which is what I did last night.
Amazing.
But also, in the bag, I had completely forgotten about this, was a ball of gold mohair yarn. Which is perfect because I needed a yellow mohair for the Baltic Storm sweater.
You're adding
The
a mohair?
universe was telling you.
And so I was like, this is freaking perfect.
Yeah.
I will finish this shawl.
Yeah.
I will take the mohair from
It's
this
so
project
beautiful.
bag.
It's beautiful.
And I will then move it over to the pile of yarn required for this magnum opus of a project.
That's right.
And I have one less thing
It's
I
gonna
need
be
to buy.
your Sistine Chapel.
Truly. Just call me Michelangelo.
No.
So, okay, fine.
Don't do that.
So this is the Geo Gradient. I think this is the
Geo Gradient.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
Geo Gradient. You kind of can't really
By
see it
Stefan West.
because it's all bunched up on the needles right now.
She
wait,
looking
wait,
Kyo.
my stitches are sliding. My stitches are sliding.
Please hold while we recover some stitches.
I'm in the middle of a row, fam. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to hold the needles. So, it doesn't look like much. I'll hold it up when I get to the end of the row.
It looks really nice, though.
It actually quite looks like a lot. It looks like so much.
It is a lot more, and you can kind of see this is like the crisscrossy zigzag sections over here.
She went from knitter to Ninja Turtle.
Yes, correct.
That's so funny.
I was telling myself as a Raphael, but I'll take it. So this is from, I want to say like 2022. I think this is the mystery knit along from that year.
Yeah.
I worked on it quite a bit in 2022.
I started it and like didn't get past clue 1. Oops.
That's okay.
It might
That's okay.
happen. It might not.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't know if you're going to like it till you see it all and then you're like, oh.
No, I did
seeds.
like it. I just like got distracted.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I
get that a lot.
I got, I think, like 3/4 of the way through the first wing. I don't know what section this is, but like 3/4 of the way through the first wing, and I was like, I need to put this down because I'm getting bored of this project. And then it took me like 3 years to pick it back up again. And then in the, I want to say like last fall, instead of starting the mystery knit along, because I've realized with the mystery knit alongs, I can't. There have been some where they've been absolute hits and some that have been absolute misses.
Slaps.
So instead of starting them, what I do is I wait till all 4 clues are out and then I decide if I want to cast them on or not. So instead of starting them right away, I usually pick up one of the languishing whips of the other ones and then I work on it instead. So last year during October, I picked up this one and I finished this wing, did the other wing, and then made the decision that I didn't actually like the border that he had designed and decided to replace it with the border from his Bubbles and Brioche shawl. So I picked up all the stitches and I started it and I got like 2 rows in and then I stopped. And so then yesterday when I was like, where are my freaking 3mm needles? I had already done all the hard work. I'd already picked up all the stitches. I had already set out where, like, I'd already done the counting and all the increases and whatever. And now it's just like stockinette with the occasional dip stitch.
You know what this
And I'm-
reminds me of is we were talking yesterday about the person whose name escapes me, but they're on the internet and they set up a cast on party because casting on is their least favorite part of knitting. So they'll just cast on 12 projects.
Yes. So this
in
is
a day, and then after that, it's easy to switch between projects because the hard part's over.
So Jen from the Stash Down Diaries on YouTube is a knitter and maker from Cape Breton Island in Atlantic Canada. And she does this thing called cast on parties.
Hello, Maritimers.
She hates casting on. So I was watching an episode earlier this week where it was from last year. It was from like the fall of last year, where she had to get started on all of her sock making for like Christmas gifts. And so she's like, screw it, I'm having a cast on party this weekend. And so she'd watch a movie or watch a podcast episode and she'd cast on like 3 pairs of socks during one movie. And she'd knit a little bit on all of them. And then when the movie was over...
movie that you've already seen because you're going to be counting a lot.
Probably. But then at the end of the movie, she'd stand up and she'd do like an hour of cleaning, or she would like take the dog for a walk, or she'd do like a task.
Right.
And then when that task was done, she'd sit down and she'd turn on another movie or another podcast episode, and she'd cast on the next like 3 projects, right? She'd just get them started. And then same thing, movie would end, she would do the next task, come back, rinse and repeat for both Saturday and Sunday. And I was like, that's freaking genius, because then you're getting things started. And then she's like, after that, I just like distribute the bags. She's like, some of them will be here in the living room, some of them will be upstairs in the yarn room. She's like, I might put one in the car to take with me to work. She's like, they're just ready to go now. She's like, I'm not going to work on all of them simultaneously. I might focus on 2 or 3 of them, but they're at least started. And so that when I finish one, I can just go. I don't have to wind up the yarn. I don't have to source the needles. They're all ready.
And I feel like that's a little bit what happened here, where you're
so smart.
You had done the hard picking up part, and setting up part before, and now it's kind of easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just go.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the idea of doing a party for any part of the project that you don't like, really, because some people it's casting on, some people it's casting off, some people it's weaving in ends.
That's me.
That's why
some people it's lace, whatever it is, and then literally have like everybody who agrees with you and does, or people who love it and don't really and just want to participate, and then you have like a party of
just want to be a part of something.
Yeah, like that. I just like, maybe they love lace and they're like, I want to be part of this. So like whatever it is, it would be a party, but like specifically for a part of the pattern that you want to get rid of, like you want to get it over with, and then you know, so obviously like if it's like cast on or cast off, it's every project, but for others it might be
which is really smart, because like there are days where you just like you have the productivity or you have the mental capacity and you're like, I gotta ride this wave, right? So like,
that's what I did this morning.
Why not just take advantage of it and just be like, I'm gonna do 6 cast-ons, or I'm gonna do the lace part and turn the sock heel and do whatever of these projects, and I'm gonna boom them out while I'm riding the wave of this like mental boost.
So like this morning I woke up and it was like 7 o'clock and I'm like, I don't want to go back to sleep. I don't know why, but I'm feeling creative today. Ooh. So I went and I've been making a pair of pants. Ooh. And the pattern asks for ribbons, like 40-inch ribbons, 2 of them, and I'm like, I don't have ribbons. But I have leftover leftover like fabric from the pants, right?
Oh, so you were making bias?
I made the ribbons from the fabric.
Nice.
I cut them and then I like folded them. I did the whole like thing. And
I
was like,
look at you!
Super proud of myself today. I was like,
buddy.
Like, it took me like probably 2 hours because I am slow.
But
like I was still like very much, you know, and then afterwards I sat down. I'm like, oh, should I watch TV? I'm like, I don't feel like watching TV. And then I went back in my like yarn stash, and then I started to try to match yarn to projects, patterns I already have. Just because I was like, like you said, like you have this burst of energy and you don't know what to do with yourself.
Just ride it.
And like if I don't ride it, I don't know when's the next time that wave is gonna visit me.
Yeah.
So I need to ride it.
As someone with ADHD, executive function escapes me. So when I feel it, the wave, you gotta do it, because like you said, you don't know when the wave will visit you again.
Yeah, the wave could be like, this is it. This is your one time for like the next 3 months. What do you mean?
So I've started doing this thing where like when I have like one of the projects that I have on the go that's going to take me a long time to finish is a tencel dress. Right?
Yeah.
And it's one that is, right now, I'm like past all the shaping in the chest and in the shoulders, and it's just the body with like an occasional increased row like every 8 rows, but it's basically just Stockinette City for the next, you know, like meter of length.
Stockinette City is my favorite town.
which is great, but like I don't
love
want to only be working on that.
Right,
Right?
Mhm.
Like that's not engaging enough.
Yeah.
Right? Like when I'm at knit night, sure, because then I can talk to people. But when I'm sitting at home and I'm watching TV or if I'm like listening to an audiobook, I want something a little bit more brain
Engaging.
candy, a little bit more.
something more shalom.
Exactly. But I'll never finish it if I only take it to knit night and work on it for 2 hours a week.
Mm.
So what I've started doing is when I sit down to do like reading my audiobook last night, for example, I listened to my audiobook for like 3 hours. Like I made dinner and I ate dinner and then I sat and I knit all while listening to this audiobook. But I sat down and I knit one row on that dress before I picked up this project, which is what I actually wanted to work on. And I was like, I think that's how I'm going to make progress on this thing.
Uh-huh.
Every time I sit down, I do one row on the project that I'm like meh about doing. And then I pick up the one I
Then
really
you're
want
what
to.
about doing?
Meh.
I often feel myself.
You know?
No, that's fair. That's
Because then
fair.
it's like, at least I'm getting a little bit of on it. And the reward is the thingy, the one I want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like
So
a
you have
reward.
to gamify it a little bit. But it's...
Yeah.
You know what? I had a bit of a reward yesterday when after we came back from Twist.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want ice cream. We were supposed to go.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then we
yeah.
didn't. So I literally just moseyed on over to Puppy Nose and I got myself a little
Nice.
ice cream. You know how dangerous it is to live one street corner away from really good ice
Purl.
cream?
Yes.
It
yes,
is
I
a
do.
problem.
You want to know what's even worse than that? Living 5 blocks away from 2 really good ice
Yeah, I
cream
know.
places.
You guys have you're right. You have the Mary Dairy and you have Mushu.
Mushu.
I have one, which is technically like a seasonal ice cream joint, so they're not there all year. They're only, which makes it even worse because the exclusivity is
you
only
have
there.
to go.
You know,
have to
the
go.
rest of the year it's just bagels.
Excuse me.
Really good bagels, but
My
just
thighs
bagels.
are getting stuck.
Oh,
Hold on. Freaking thunder ties. Anyway.
So woes
I
of
went
being
for-
juicy and
Yeah.
thick.
It's the you can't have it both ways. You can't be juicy and thick and also
Comfortable.
comfortable at the same time.
In the summer, at least.
My thighs eat up my shorts and then stick to each other and shape. And you know what? That's a price I'm willing to pay.
Yep.
Oh man, sorry. Excuse me for the interruption.
No, this is a podcast about real life.
That's
Yes.
right. Real life is my thighs getting stuck together. There are different opinions in the chat about whether multiple whips is the way to go.
Oh, it's such a personal thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it really is.
You're a monogamous
Such a
knitter
personal
too.
thing.
I'm kind of a monogamous knitter, so it's kind of a weird thing. I have a lot of projects on the go, but then I will hyperfixate on one.
Mhm.
And then,
That's
like,
fair.
this is what's happening with this one. I will not touch anything else until this is done, because this is what my brain is telling me you need to finish first.
Yeah.
And then once I'm done with this one, then it'll be like a free-for-all. I'll probably cast on 4 things, and then it'll be like whichever keeps my interest. So I'm a monogamous, but
With
like
options.
with options. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a chaos goblin. I'm a emotional caster runner,
Mm-hmm.
and I go on vibes. And I also go on like what I can see and is within reach. That's probably what I'm working on. And I tend to out of sight, out of mind most of my multiple whips.
Mhm.
So I did not remember that I had cast it on the Geo Gradient until you pulled it out and said it was that, and I was like, the Geo Gradient, it's still in a jar. So now I'm feeling like I want to get back to it, right?
Well,
So
I'm going to be
that's
working
kinda-
on this for a while, so you'll have lots of reminders of it.
Yeah, I might
'Cause-
actually act on one of those reminders. But that's just what I like to do. I like to have a lot of whips on the go because I am not a finisher. I am a starter.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
enjoy starting over, and I enjoy like the process of making stuff, much to the detriment of the people that ask me for stuff because it's unlikely I'm going to finish it. Like this
Look,
sweater that I
They
started
get
3
what they get,
times.
okay? They if they know you, they know this is how it rolls.
And the people that know me know not to ask for stuff.
You know what? I have to say, I started earlier this year. I started a blanket project.
I'm
And
a
it's-
baked ham all summer.
Hard same there, bud. Hard same.
Hard same.
Hard same. I started a blanket project earlier this summer. It's in a basket just off screen, and it is a scrap blanket. And
Scraplet.
I have been so motivated to pick up and finish older languishing whips so that I can put
The
leftovers in that blanket.
That's so cute.
And it has actually gotten a lot easier for me to be like, no, I'm not going to start something new because I want to finish this other thing.
Because I want
to put it in the blanket.
See, that's what I mean. Like, this is in a way, helpful. It's a bit of a hyperfixation in the sense that you have one project or one thing that just keeps your interest a little bit more and kind of makes you focus your energy onto that. Now, it may not be the only project you work on, but it's usually the one you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Right? You'll be like, you'll be working on this, but like, oh, but I could use this for that over there, right? Like using the gold here and thinking, oh, I can use this for the next project. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the one that keeps your attention. I love how like creative minds work like that because it's a bit chaotic, but it's also like so beautiful when it comes together.
Yeah,
for real.
So
I agree, buds. I agree.
It's fun to get to like open up the door in your brain and just let it play. Right? And not put any kind of bumpers on your creativity. Right? And just say like, I'm going to let it happen and just let what
100%.
happened, just let it go.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's no right or wrong way to do any of the things in your crafting life or like a way to approach your crafting life because it is so
it's
individual.
Crafting is such a personal thing, and it's also like the art of creation is pretty much like a free-for-all to a certain degree in the sense that like you can't, like, I'm not saying you can't do any wrong, but not in the sense of like, I'm sure everybody can do wrong, but
not me.
But I mean, not in the sense of creation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's such a, like, you just do it the way that you feel works for you, and then you've done it.
Yep.
And that's easier said than done because
it is.
I still have a lot of shame about doing things my way.
Well, it also depends on...
It's a lifelong process. Yeah. We missed a question from the chat, which was, do your spouses or partners knit or crochet with you?
No.
Nah, not really. But I am lucky but I'm also literally the stereotype of a bisexual woman that married a fluffy gamer guy.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I heard it. Okay.
There it is.
It was probably in one of my...
And so my partner is often playing a video game on the big TV, and I sit next to him watching plays video game, and I crochet or I knit. You do?
But yes. Although now that he's moved to a freaking computer, it makes things a little harder. So I will just listen to my audiobook while he plays on the computer.
I think, like, one of my favorite things to do, and we've talked about this with our other friend Vanessa too. Hi, Vanessa. Is parallel play.
Yeah.
Literally like a toddler.
Yep.
Like, I don't want to be doing the same activity. I don't necessarily even want to be chatting.
I just want to be in the same room.
I just want to be in the same room, space. Doing my own thing. And that is what I prefer to do with my partner when we're at home.
That to me is like the best, like that's how you know it's a healthy relationship. Because if you understand that it's not about talking to each other all the time or spending every waking moment together, because you're in the same room, but you're doing your own thing. You're in your own bubble, and like in his case, he's interacting with people online because he plays online.
Your partner
games,
does?
yeah, right. So I don't interact with that. I'm not interested. But it's, and I've seen so many trends on social media of like gamers with crafter or reader partners.
Oh yeah,
because like those are the best because you can leave them alone for like hours and like, oh, you were
to parallel
play. They're like, you were gone. It's like what, like some of my favorite is like you'll see like the gamer just like finish his game and it's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then he's like tiptoeing, trying to not like scare the partner who's in bed probably, and then opens the door and the partner's still reading and they look at them and they're like, what? Because they were, the gamer thought the reader or let's say crafter was done and sleeping already when they're like, no, I was just like you. I was also engrossed in what I was doing. So like it's one of those things where it's a kind of like a symbiotic or like a very beautiful relationship.
That's cute.
Like you don't have to.
Now that being said, Panda's husband has his own yarn room and makes patterns, so Panda can make her husband's patterns. That's freaking amazing.
That's amazing.
good on you, Panda. And also, who's your hubby so that we can follow him?
Yeah!
I love parallel play, but I gotta say, there's something really sweet when I come over to Allie's house and we're knitting together.
Yeah, I am very intentionally solo. And I would like to keep
Your
it that way.
lineage dies with you.
Intentionally. Except when I will my legacy to one of my nibblings. Future nibblings. Yeah, no, I do parallel play with my friends, my coworkers, my family members, but I will knit alongside my fellow knitters, crocheters, weavers, spinners, makers. But then when I'm with friends, family, coworkers, buddies who are not crafters, I intentionally don't craft because I want to be in the moment with them.
But there's also something so beautiful about sharing a craft.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
With
So like
someone close to you in your life, like that's something that we both love.
Exactly. So it is really nice, like at knit night or even here, or like just friendships, like just sitting out on the patio, a couple of us together, clicking away.
Yeah.
Love it. But at the same time, I also like the fact that I get to spend time with crafty friends, non-crafty friends, where we're not crafting, and you're just like eyeball to eyeball. So love that. Love that. But
MDL Crochet is Panda's husband. Thank you. We're gonna check him out.
look, I got to the end of the rope. This thing is humongous.
Oh my goodness, you
Ooh!
are lying.
And it's all bunched up on the needles. So
she's a beast.
she's a beast.
Look at that.
So it'll be a lot bigger when it's done.
Lower.
It kind of low-key
So
looks like a weird eye, but yes.
Yeah. Well,
But I like it.
I redid. I made my own center square. Thank you.
Yes, you did.
Because of
You
the
did.
whole
debacle. Which
So.
We have discussed at length before.
Yes. So we will not get into.
But in a
again.
nutshell, the original design was too close for comfort to a hate symbol.
Yes.
Oh god, I remember that whole thing.
Yeah, there was a bit of a...
So it was redesigned.
There was a bit of a redesign necessary.
There was a redesign necessary, and in the meantime, during that process, a lot of people took initiative to create their own redesigns. And
you did.
I
And I actually did mine following your instructions from Ravelry because
I wrote
this
them down.
one is an obsessive note taker, which I am so fucking grateful for.
I like to call myself a documentarian.
And I like to
don't
call
know if
myself
that's a
not
term.
that. I just benefit from it.
So yeah, I think actually it's
So
funny.
if you-
We had last year at our work, like every year at Halloween we do like a chili cook-off, and it's part of the like charity giving campaign. And we also did like an auction.
Oh,
We did like a silent auction as well.
Oh, did you?
And there was a bunch of knitwear there that was donated.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't donate any because I didn't know that was an option.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very popular at the auction last year. So I'm thinking, because I already have like 15 shawls that I've knit and that I wear, but I have like my one or two that I prefer to wear all winter, that when I finish this one, I might actually donate this one to
That would be a
the
crazy
auction.
good donation to an auction.
Mhm.
It would be show-offy.
I think
Also,
so.
speaking of showing off, we've been called a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's so
We
nice.
accept.
We accept. We humbly accept.
We humbly accept
the
the
compliment.
Can I ask, Panda, what it is you think that we're doing differently? Because I'm so curious to know what it is that people like about
So we can do more
about knitting
Yeah, well-
podcasts in general. Like, what is it that people look for when you look for content online?
I can tell you when
if you feel like sharing.
if you feel like sharing, for sure we would love to know. But
Yes.
one thing that we've talked about on the pod before when we're streaming is we are trying really hard to resist the urge to be product
Driven, yeah.
product
No, no, no,
driven.
no.
We are intentionally trying to do put the slow back in the slow crafting.
I cast this on in October of 2022. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
slow.
We
You're on
are-
your third go around of that sweater. Pretty
we
sure
are-
that's slow.
We are much like Hilary Duff, outfit repeaters.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think when we started, we wanted to make an emphasis on we are not going to be product driven, right?
And really kind of leaning into like not everybody has a knit night or a knit group around them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And kind of leaning into creating an online version
of that. I think that the start was very much like transferring that energy that we get from Knit Night.
Yeah.
And giving it
it's
to...
hype, right? Like, because we go to the Knit Night here
it
in
is
Ottawa.
so hyped.
And we hype each other up. Like, when someone comes in with the FO, we're like, fashion show!
Oh, yeah. It's like and not only that, but it's also like, it's a supportive community, but it's also a great way to just like recharge your battery doing something you enjoy doing.
Thank you, Panda. That's really sweet
Thank
to
you,
say.
Panda. So Panda says that it's because we're enthusiastic about each other, which we are.
I mean,
yes,
we've only been friends for like 7 years.
Yeah.
Or
Holy
longer.
shit,
Almost 8 in the fall.
Yeah.
It'll be 8 years.
We might even touch one of these days.
It's not like we have matching tattoos or anything.
Oh, yeah. It's not like we have matching tattoos or anything.
Multiple matching tattoos.
That's so fucking true.
It was so funny. Yesterday at Twist, so I'm wearing a short sleeve t-shirt, and my like Star Wars tattoo is out proudly on display. And this
out and about.
This lady leans over and she's like, "Oh my god, I love your Star Wars tattoo." And I was like, "Thank you so much." And I was like, "It's because we're knitting Rebels." And she's like, "What?" And she looks closer, and the Rebel Alliance symbol is filled with knit stitches.
I'm gonna go
yes,
close to
Annie's is a bit easier to show.
Showing.
And I was like, yeah, it's full of knit stitches because we're knitting Rebels and we're Rebels who knit. And then I pointed over to Annie and I was like, my friend has the same one, but with like larger stitches because we have like different like gauge preferences when we knit, right?
I'm a chunkier knitter and you're like a sock knitter for sure. And
it was so funny. She was like, "Oh my god, you have matching knitting Star Wars tattoos with your friend."
And not only that one, but also that
one. And I was like, yeah, we have like a couple of like friendship tattoos. Like,
because
and then
there's 3 of us and we knit together.
And then I pointed over to Carine, who was like a couple stalls away, and I was like, and my other friend over there, we have this one too, and there's the 3 of us. And she was like, what? And she like, her mind was blown that we had
there's
matching
actually
knitting
more
friendship
of
tattoos.
us that are very close, but Vanessa didn't want to get a tattoo, and that's so fair.
Yeah, not everybody is a fan of.
Not everyone is a
yeah. She didn't want to be on camera, and she didn't want to be a tattoo.
She's got it in her heart. It's in her heart.
Yes, it is.
But it was so funny because this really lovely older woman was just like absolutely boondoggled over the fact that people out there have
oh no, we have accidentally
oops,
we have accidentally ruffled some feathers.
It's funny. Oh, I love it. To be fair, I love Star Wars and Star Trek equally. I'm just putting it out there.
You do?
I
do. I love both.
How did you find the time to watch both?
So I grew up watching Star Trek with my parents.
Oh, I see.
Like, it was kind of like our thing together.
Right.
Specifically my mom. She was obsessed, and she still is. Fair. It's great. Although I will say I was more, like, I got into it a little later. So the original Star Wars, I was still very young. So I didn't, like, especially when they did the reruns and everything, I was still, like, so I didn't really get into it. But then when you get to, like, some of the old, like, newer-ish, like before Deep Space Nine, that one I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
We all have our opinions.
You don't have to like them all.
and Star Wars, well, it was because movies and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I just, I get that there's a weird feud going on, but I just enjoy both. They're just different, and I love them.
Can I tell you why I grew up a Star Wars household?
Yeah.
Because Star Trek was only on the rich people cable, and we didn't have rich people cable. So we could get Star Wars from Blockbuster, and I could watch the Clone Wars.
To be fair,
series.
I think for us it was just because it was in French.
Oh, really?
The Star Trek was in French. Yeah, it had been dubbed. Yeah. So like it was like in French Canadian or no, probably not French Canadian. It's been a while, but like it was most likely in French France.
Yeah.
But it was in Quebec, and it was like, it was definitely not the rich channel, but it was very entertaining.
So good.
Nonetheless,
I am into Star Wars because my parents are not sci-fi fans at all.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because my parents are not. Period.
No, my
I was
parents,
like, that's one way to like something.
My parents are not sci-fi people at all. But my uncle, my mom's younger brother, is ride or die for Star Wars.
Is he really?
He saw the original trilogy in theaters when they and still talks about them to this day. So when I was old enough that my mom was like, yes, you can show her Star Wars.
Team Ahsoka Tano. Yes, yes.
My uncle was like, yes, okay, we're doing it. So
Yeah.
he showed me Star Wars as early as he was allowed to show me Star Wars.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. And I didn't even really know that Star Trek was a thing until I think I hit like high school.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wait, what? But by then
Yeah.
it was too late. I was indoctrinated. I was in the cult.
Yeah.
So.
That's the thing. I'm like, but it's kind of like that question when people ask me,
I
do you
feel like
prefer
you're in multiple
dogs?
cults now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, do you prefer dogs or cats? I'm like, why not both?
I like all animals.
Like, but that's the thing. For me, it's like the same with when it comes to Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. Excuse you. Why would I have to choose? Star Trek, same thing. Like, I just love all of them.
Yeah. I'm undecisive. So.
I like all of them, okay? If like for me it's easier for me to love something than to hate something. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? I have to say, I've started listening to this podcast recently called, is it called The Prancing Pony? Let me just check.
Excuse me?
And it's
The
all about,
Prancing Pony.
it's like Lord of the Rings, but it's not just Lord of the Rings. It's like,
Why have you
deep-
not shared this before?
because
I'm
I
offended.
literally just started listening to it like last week. Hold
Okay,
on, let
I
me
forgive
find
you.
it. Let
Well,
me find
it's
it.
still 7 days,
Yes,
Laurel.
it's called. Okay, yesterday was my first time seeing Annie since in a week. Even though we live
Excuses.
next door to
You
each
could have
other.
texted her. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
It's okay, I understand I'm not your priority.
It was more just that I didn't want to intrude on your life. Okay.
Oh my god.
That's why we're in therapy.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out. I've been doing this for fucking 15 minutes. Can somebody help me? Do you
Yes.
think this is
That's more
'Cause-
than long enough.
long enough?
I would
Yeah.
venture to say that's too long.
Yeah, I would put in a
When you block
lifeline.
it, it's going to stretch
Drop.
down,
Yeah.
and your cleavage is going to be down
Or
here
what
on
I
your
could do
sternum.
is the one in the back, I'll do it shorter so
Yeah.
that when I,
Yeah.
them together.
Well,
Because this is 6 inches and it's supposed to be 7 inches.
Is
I'm
it
like,
telling you to bind it off?
I don't know what is it.
'Cause
telling me?
Unless it's telling you to do it longer so that you can connect
No,
it
it's
directly
not.
to the back panel.
It's not.
Because if it, I would wager it's probably
Da-da-da-da.
going to tell you to bind it off so you have a solid, it gives you more
Yeah.
structure with the cotton.
I'm just saying because of the cotton
gonna-
will,
Stretch.
once you block it will stretch and it will not return
Yeah.
because it doesn't have any elasticity. So if this is your
Trail on the top of
your-
the stage.
the tip of
blah,
your
blah, blah. Break
cleavage.
yarn. Leave a tail long enough so that you can work a three needle bind off.
Okay, yeah. So what I would do is just break your yarn
Mhm.
because what you will probably end up doing is unraveling some
Yeah.
instead of
Okay.
adding more to it.
Okay, because worst comes to worst, what I could do is this was 6 inches. I can do 6 on the other side, but in the back, instead of doing 6,
Short.
I'll just do 4.
But that means that your seam is not going to be at the top of your shoulder. It'll be behind.
Yeah, whatever.
Structurally, that's not the best you could
Yeah,
do.
because it's
Oh.
going to want to ride forward so the seam
Yeah.
is sitting at the top
All
of
right,
your
fine. I
shoulder.
will unravel.
You kind of want the
Don't
seam.
unravel it yet.
No, but I
Don't
will.
unravel
Yeah,
it
when I
yet.
get there.
Yeah.
The top's gonna be cute AF.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be. I agree. You're gonna look like a Neapolitan ice cream.
I can't wait to wear
Yeah.
this. Like,
But
I really hope I get to wear it at least once before the summer's over.
I think you
do
will.
think
You're gonna
your
finish up
strap is
so
currently
quickly.
long enough, if not too long.
So maybe 1 inch less.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
No,
I
I'm
would
not gonna
just-
take it out yet.
Don't take it out
but
yet
I think
until
maybe
you're ready to.
maybe
the-
1 inch less.
Yeah.
All right then.
Actually, this is a pretty convenient construction because.
Prancing Pony podcast.
Thank you. The Prancing Pony podcast.
It's all about the works of not C.S. Lewis, J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah. J.R.R. Tolkien would have hated that.
Yes, he would have.
Because they were
They hated each other.
frenemies. They
They
were
were
they were
frenemies.
contemporary,
But it
right? And
goes
they were
into
frenemies.
we're starting off with the Silmarillion, and it goes into his history and where he got his inspiration and breaking it down, deep dive. et
Oh,
cetera,
that's
et
so
cetera.
fun.
Anyway,
I'm
so the
totally gonna
Prancing
listen
Pony
to that.
podcast would recommend.
I'm not gonna lie. When you said it, I thought it was gonna be like a role play podcast,
No.
much like "Hello from the Magic Tavern." Have you guys ever heard that?
Yoda talking you through your yarn crisis, LMAO.
What?
Yoda talking you through
Yeah.
your
license.
So
Oh god.
funny.
Well, speaking of talking through, so if this is 6 inches, should I do 6 inches on the other side, or less?
Yes. No, do it.
Do it to match because you might find that
Because you still have to
You
do the
want-
back, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do it to match.
do it
Okay.
to match. Yeah.
The worst that can happen is that you have to undo it a little bit, but that's fine.
Okay, fine.
Mhm.
So it has been cut.
Woohoo!
I
Do you
had
want
a
some waist yarn?
Oh, I have
I've got a whole bunch of like waist yarn if you want to just put it on.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
We've been yapping for an hour and a half, but I
Ooh,
did
chicken
have a
nuggety.
little bit of a topic that I wanted to bring up for
Yeah.
discussion.
Let's jump into it.
Do you guys know what praxis is?
Praxis? Yes.
No.
Okay, let me just look it up real quick so
I'm
I can
ignorant.
You're not
not
ignorant.
not lie to you.
You're not ignorant. I'm like, I have a general understanding of what it is, but I
Yeah.
would welcome a refresher.
Praxis, exercise or practice of an art, science, or skill, customary practice or conduct, a practical application of a theory. Okay, hold on. Let me just find an example here from Merriam-Webster.
Mm-hmm.
Both practice and practice come ultimately from the Greek verb prasein, to do or to practice, and both can refer to a habit or a custom. Practice, however, is more at home, informal, and often academic, writing a sentence like, "It is my praxis to eat breakfast cereal every morning."
Mhm.
Might also make sense, but it's not idiomatic. It has two meanings that are more specific, refer to a practice of an art, science, or skill, and refer to the practical application of a theory, as in democratic praxis or revolutionary praxis. Now, when we talk about craft praxis or
Yeah.
knitting and crochet praxis, I was watching on TikTok, no less. A woman was saying that she had made a video about her trying to figure out what the decreases that were used in the Sophie scarf were, because she was trying to like make it for herself, but she didn't have the pattern.
Like
right?
dupe it? Yeah.
Yeah. And she was accused of stealing the pattern because she didn't pay for the pattern. My phone's huge. Yes. Yes, it is.
It's ginormous.
It's ginormous, and I actually broke it, so I need to switch it for one that is more sturdy.
Because it gets bigger.
Yes.
It gets bigger, but I broke the inside, and it's all like messed up now, so it doesn't work.
No.
Now it's just a bulky phone for no reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this woman on TikTok was saying that like it's not stealing a pattern if I'm looking at it,
Reverse engineering it. Yeah.
reverse engineering it with my observation skills and recreating it for myself, not for sale.
Mm-hmm.
That's not stealing.
Nope.
That is praxis, which is I am exercising my skills to make something for my own practice.
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah.
craft, my art form that I am able to do, and years of experience have allowed me to look at the Sophie scarf and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I wanted to get your opinion on that. Is it like, how do you feel about looking at a piece or looking at a design of a crochet pattern or a knitting pattern? And I will give you mine afterwards, but like, how do you feel about that? Like, would you negatively look upon someone who refuses to buy the pattern because they are skilled enough to just do it themselves?
No.
No.
Like, it would be one thing if they were reselling, but if they're doing it for themselves,
But what if they did resell it because they're able to?
I have to admit, I would be a little like, and it's not so much because
Because designs,
It's-
just like recipes,
I think it would
designs are not
I think it would depend on
copyrightable.
yeah,
if they're reverse engineering a pattern with the intention of selling a dupe of the pattern and marketing it as a dupe of the pattern,
maybe.
that's where it gets a bit iffy for me, because it's like you're knowingly trying to take
Like the girl that
somebody's-
made the crochet
Yeah.
version of the Sailor Sippers.
that felt a little like, oh, well, crochet is different. That's different because that's an entirely different
But
type
she
of
marketed it as the crochet
crochet
version of the Sailor Slippers.
So that, yes. Okay, yes, that's, I can see where you're coming from with that example, because what you're doing is you're taking someone's original idea and you're glomming off of that. And that's where I'm
Mhm.
just like, not particularly a fan of that. Whether or not that's ethical, legal, whatever,
different story. But
I'm
like your
not the
personal
expert.
opinion is like kind of rude.
I'm not particularly a fan.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
But-
I agree.
If you're taking a sweater that's been around, like, let's say, for example, the Guernsey sweaters, the Jersey sweaters, these fisherman style sweaters that have been designed and made for hundreds of years now. People are looking at examples that have been in families for decades, that have been in museums for a long times, and they've been reverse engineering them.
Yes.
And then, publishing those patterns. That's, I feel like, is different because what they're doing is they're taking something and they're making it available to a wider public.
You're currently reverse engineering a glove that you found at work.
I am currently attempting to reverse engineer a glove that I am working on at work, but not with the intention of publishing the pattern because I am not a pattern designer and I'm using an already published pattern as the basis.
Right. But you're still using your praxis to be able to get it as close as possible to the object that was found so that you can make a replica.
Exactly.
For demonstration purposes, right?
And that's more just so that, like, I can have something in my lab to show after the object is finished treatment and has gone back to collections and is no longer in my lab. I can have an example to show of the things that we treat. Yeah. So.
Panda says if there's permission from the original poster to recreate it in a different craft, then that's okay. I think that would be a courtesy for sure that I would
100%.
respect. But I think for me, because I learned to crochet before I learned to knit, and I did not follow patterns for most of my life. I was like a full-grown, full frontal lobe developed adult when I started following patterns. I used to just crochet with vibes, not knowing what gauge was, not knowing what, like patterns were. I would look at crochet Pokemon pieces on DeviantArt and be like, I could do that. Yeah. And then I did.
Which you did.
And I figured it out. I didn't post it because, like, it was just for me or like, to give to my friends. But that's how I learned to... That's how I got better at crochet, was bugging around and finding out.
Yeah.
And I feel like now FAFO is frowned upon when you are recreating something else that someone made before you. Not that they made first. They did it before you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we are actually even morally allowed to frown upon people who see the Sophie scarf and be like, I don't need a pattern for that. I can just make it myself. I think that's part of praxis. I think that's part of becoming better at your art form, that you can see what other people did and recreate it via observation. Yeah. And I wanted to put forward the fact that that's actually still how a lot of the plastic arts work. Like, if you look at painting, recreating a painting is still a valid, sought-after exercise for learning how to paint. So I was watching Rajiv Surendra on YouTube, which I've mentioned before, and I love him. And he was saying when he was in art school or art classes, one of the most sought-after activities was museums would allow one artist every few seasons to set up caballete. How you say that?
Like an easel?
A canvas
easel in front of an art piece that they wanted to recreate, and they would be allowed to do that for a certain amount of time until they finished, right? And that recreation via observation is considered praxis, part of learning, part of getting better at what you do. And we are so conditioned to, like, ownership and intellectual property that we have lost the ability to celebrate ourselves for being able to fuck around and figure it out.
Alex has said pretty much exactly that same thing in the chat. I feel like people are so removed from the creative process, they see inspiration as copying.
Yeah.
Oh, like, you're hitting it right on the head there.
100%. Because at the end of the day, again, like, every craft starts with you replicating other people's work.
This is true.
Drawing, painting, knitting, you name it. It's all, like, this is how you learn. You learn by repeating. You learn by looking at other people's work and just repeating and redoing. So what's the difference between somebody doodling like things that they've seen and somebody recreating a pattern that they've seen. It's the same thing. It's obviously, like we said, where it gets a little murky is if you start to do this with the
For
intention
profit.
of
it
reselling without the knowledge, like, again,
But,
it's
like,
murky.
But like, I would 100% buy a recreation of,
Yeah.
of the Starry Night.
Yeah.
It
I
makes
would.
me wonder how much of this is linked to when we as a society shifted towards, oh, you've learned how to make a thing, you should start selling it.
Oh God,
Oh
yes.
my God, that's exactly
like
it.
Where, like,
Because
how interlinked are these two things? Because we didn't always do that. People used to just make art for the sake of making
I
art.
want to
It was
say,
a thing, like historically, and to just go back to this example because it's one that I know of, but like historically, young women were considered finished and polished because they knew how to draw, they knew how to sing, they knew how to dance, they knew how to do all these arts, they knew how to make
Play the
water
piano and
sketches,
embroider.
and quilt and embroider, and it was like those were considered skills that you needed to have to be considered accomplished. But you weren't making things because you were selling them. You were making them so that you had the skill to do it.
Yeah.
When did we shift from having the skill for the sake of having the skill to having the skill to monetize?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That is such a good point, buddy, because I think the problem with that is that we are seeing examples on the internet of people that have the audacity to recreate someone else's piece, and we societally, not us three, we societally assume that they're doing it for money.
Yeah.
That they want to do it because they want to sell the same pattern, or because they're going to sell the finished product and not credit the original designer.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
I mean,
who
we've
the frick
seen
cares
it
about the original designer. I'm the one that made the piece.
I remember seeing not too long ago. I don't know the whole story, but there was this person who is who has social media, like is big on it, a big baker, I think, in social media, and they went after someone who's just like doing her
For
own
the
thing.
cake pops.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and there was like the recipe that the original baker, like the one who's the big influencer, like they were using store-bought stuff that is available to everybody in this world. And then the smaller person,
cake pop, you put cake crumbs with frosting and
like,
roll it into a
and then all of a
ball.
sudden they're starting to get really angry and losing their mind
because
on
the
this
original
smaller,
the original poster of that peanut butter cake pop or whatever threatened to sue the other person.
Yeah,
that
like
published another recipe for the same.
And
cake
it was
pop.
literally like, it's just like at the end of the day, even if like there will be cases where people just come up with the same things on their own. That is a thing. It will happen. Maybe not always, maybe not in this case, but we have to understand that there are people out, like, especially in cases of food where like peanut butter and chocolate go well together. Of course, what kind of recipe would you create with that? Some people are going to have the same recipe.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with knitting. There's just so many patterns out there, and there's so many variations of patterns. Some of them will have to look similar, even without intentionally doing so. Yeah. Just because the person was like, I like this, and it turns out somebody else across the world likes the same thing and thought the same way. Doesn't mean you were trying to copying. So like, there's also that comes into play.
3,000, 4,000, however many thousands of years ago, the wheel was simultaneously invented in at least 6 different parts of the world when we definitely had under 1 billion people on this planet.
Yeah.
Now we're at almost 9 billion people. There's no way stuff isn't simultaneously being invented.
No, 100%. And the
really
thing
good
is,
point on the chat. Fiber art has been around for so long. Being original, quotation marks, is next to impossible.
Agreed.
Yeah,
100%. It's so true. I want to also mention crochet here as a special, like, honorary mention because neither of you crochet. I think you have tried it.
I can do like basic chains, but I don't. Yeah.
I can do both.
Kept up with it.
I can do both quite proficiently. And so because I learned crochet first, one of the things that I got used to is freestyling in crochet. And that is kind of the MO of all crocheters. It's very rare that someone will crochet only from patterns and never venture into freestyling. Freestyling is one of the most appealing parts of crochet because there's only ever one live stitch, so it's very low stakes. If you make a mistake, you just rip it back and like try again. So freestyling or winging it is way more common, I feel in crochet beginners even, which is why we're seeing a lot of like very young crochet quote designers that freestyled something, wrote it down, and now are selling it, right?
Yeah.
And that's totally acceptable, and I celebrate and, you know, applaud that. But the difference between that is that in knitting, the risk of winging it is so much higher because you are not able to see how the piece is coming along until you cast it off the needles, or until you've gone like probably 4 or 5 hours into what you're doing that you can start seeing if it's gonna work out. And I find that crochet duplication or replication of pieces is much more prevalent. It is not as frowned upon as it is in the knitting community because it's just one of the things that is easy and expected for you to do. Like if you learn to crochet, you also learn to kind of like FAFO, right? And I wonder if we are missing that in other fiber arts, like, you know, knitting, like cross stitch, right? Are we really missing out? Are we shutting down the ability to freestyle and figure it out because of this need to assign attribution to someone for having had an original idea? I think that's praxis. I think being good at it is just being good at it. We should be able to say, hell yeah, good on you for not buying the Sophie scarf. You could figure it out yourself. It's a really simple pattern, people.
I would venture that in some cases, people who are very much against that are just a little like, maybe they don't feel comfortable doing that and they're envious of the ones who can do that.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if I could ever reverse engineer something, or at least not.
There's a lot of things for like 7 years.
But at the same time, like if I see someone who can do it, I'm always impressed that they can do it. And I'm like, so I would never. But again, if you feel envious, then it's a little easier to be like, well, that you shouldn't do that then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a bit of that snarky, like you should do that because I can't do it. It's okay. No, like it's still impressive.
That's a really good point, buddy. Yeah. Is it kind of like a you shouldn't have that skill and use it for evil?
Yeah.
Kind of
well,
deal.
It's
like
that's a behavior we see in all sorts of places in the world, not just in the crafting behavior, right? Like you look at the argument a lot of people have made as to why student loans shouldn't be forgiven.
Oh yes, it's like I had to deal with it, so you should too.
I had to pay mine back, so like yours shouldn't be forgiven.
That's the stupidest.
So it's that like, well, I had to, so therefore you have to, or I didn't, therefore you can't.
Yeah,
it's
which is wrong.
It's like intensive equality, but it's like toxic.
It's the monkeys experiment. Do you remember the monkey? I don't know if it's actually a real experiment or not, but I remember watching a video about it where it's like they put a ladder, and on top of the ladder they put a bunch of bananas, and then they let the monkeys into the room, and when one of the monkeys climbed up the ladder to get a banana, they would zap it. They would like either shock it or like douse it with water or something like that. It was some sort of like physical punishment.
Poor baby.
And they did that every time any monkey went up. And it came to a part where they were so traumatized that they were preventing other monkeys from going up the ladder because you're gonna get
zapped,
right?
Yeah.
And then they started swapping out the monkeys. So monkeys that had never experienced any zapping or water dousing would get put into it and quickly would learn not to go up the ladder because the other monkeys would pull you down. To the point where there was a complete turnover of monkeys, and none of the monkeys that were new had ever experienced the punishment, but all of them followed the rule of pulling each other down when anyone tried to get the banana. Oh. And I'm wondering if we are now the monkeys that are preventing others from getting the banana.
Well, that's a thought experiment.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Panda says, it's pretty freaking cool when people can wing it. My brain don't work that way. One of the geeks with MB watching people do that. I think that's like, so we are conditioned. I think that's so like, it hits close to home, right? Like when we are not able to do something, we look with negativity to other people who can, and we feel like it's unfair.
And the thing is, like, at the end of the day, as a society, or as a race of humans, it should be about making it easier for the next generation or making it easier for our children to learn things.
Yeah.
If your first thought isn't to do that, then I'm sorry, but your evolution failed you.
Aw.
Something happened because like that is literally ingrained in our evolution. There's a reason why parents are like, you know, like there was a huge wave of parents who were like, I had to fight hard. I'm going to make sure you don't have to.
Yeah.
And then they spoiled the shit out of their kids.
Yeah.
That may not be the answer, but the sentiment is still the idea that I had to work hard. I want you to have a better life than mine. That whole sentence is literally how human race has come to what it is today.
Mm.
So if our thought process is to be like, well, I struggled, so you should struggle too, that's not viable. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense whatsoever.
I say we all get more comfortable celebrating each other when we're winging it and being mildly successful.
Yes. And
you
even
know what
when
that
we're not.
means? It
Yeah.
means we're all going to become anti-capitalists. Because that's what we're
no.
doing. We're pushing back against the systems that are conditioning and oppressing
And
us.
isn't that the kind
into
of
these-
resistance that we like to see in the art, in the fiber arts?
Yes.
Yep.
It is a non-capitalistic, slow art form, even though I am participating in capitalism by buying yarn and tools and patterns.
Well, I mean, it's not a perfect.
It's not a perfect
It's
system,
not a perfect system,
but it's slow, enjoyable resistance.
Yes.
it's something.
At
It's
least I'm not
something.
getting my partner's sweater from fucking, Walmart.
Temu.
Oh,
Don't
God.
even get me started.
Yep, it's a pretty small community, the fiber community, all things considered. Exactly.
It is pretty small. We should be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Like Olivia Dean says. We could be nice to each other.
Nice to each other.
Go for each other. Ride for each other. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Should we do a little bit of inspiration to
Oh, I
round
was
out?
hoping you were going to say karaoke.
We could do that too. Hey
No,
Google.
We've missed it. I
We
also
missed
don't
it?
I don't have any of the smart homes. I refuse. I
Yes.
refuse.
Fools.
I have nothing that can be talked to in this house.
Wow.
I just talk to myself.
Wow. That's healthy, I think. All right, my friends. If no karaoke, then maybe a little nitspiration. What do you think?
There's
All
the
right.
karaoke. We both sung it.
I missed it. I missed the memo.
It's
Let's
okay.
go.
Next time. Inspiration. All right.
Pew,
let's
pew, pew,
see.
pew. Ali, is something inspiring you?
Yes.
Knit-wise?
So many
Let
things.
me just
Let me-
find it first.
Mhm.
Where
I gotta find- I
is
can go.
it?
Where's the
Yes, you go
source?
first. You go first.
So I have
Okay.
like I went down a rabbit hole of things trying to find what I was going to do for with the yarn I bought
Yeah.
at Twist, and I came upon so many different things,
Mm-hmm.
including which I don't have the yarn to do it, but I just like I need to show this because it's so beautiful. So this is all cotton.
So sweet.
This is all cotton, and I'm like a
You want me to get
sweater,
close?
a sweater for summer.
Ooh, yeah.
Like I'm here for this, and I want it in my life. So I'm gonna try to find cotton that's like,
So good.
you know, like
Mhm.
not variegated in any shape or form. Try to
Yeah.
find 3 or 4 colors. I think this is 3 colors.
So that you control the change of the color.
Yeah.
I really like, because I
That's
thought
nice.
I have tweed in 3 different colors that I could do this with, but I want this to be in cotton.
Yeah. Oh, I might have some cotton I can give you.
Because like, yeah. Anyway, so that's my inspiration.
What's it
love
called?
it. What is
What's
it called?
It's called the, Studland Bay Sweater.
Studland
By Claire
Bay
Miller.
Sweater.
Studland Bay sweater.
Okay.
It's just so simple.
That is so pretty.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
I love going to see all the samples people have in their booths.
Oh yeah, me too.
I took so many.
So
Look at this.
That's
I
actually
took
my
I took a
favorite
bunch
part.
of pictures of like the where is it? Oh no, is it? Yeah, it's after I think.
Oh my gosh, you did.
Like the different types
Yeah.
of patterns. Where
Well,
is it?
I took no photos yesterday.
Did you really?
The only photo I took is of the pattern that I'm about to show. That was it.
There's
show
also
us, show
this
us,
guy.
show us. Oh yeah, that one.
That was
Yeah,
really
that's
nice.
I won't show you the photo I took because it's at a terrible angle and it was mostly just of the tag. But I'll show you the pattern photo. This is the Mautinoa by Malia May Joseph. It's a shawl pattern. If I can turn it, oh, will it get bigger if I do that? No, it won't. Rude. Okay. So this, let's see if I hide faces, if it will. Come on.
It's a shawl. We get it.
Oh, there we go.
It worked. It worked.
Get closer. Oh, it's so pretty. Every single band is a different texture.
What?
And it's so gorgeous. Look at that.
I'm salivating.
Right?
I'm not kidding.
It looks delicious.
So beautiful. And then I found it on Ravelry and I looked into the projects, and of course, the
Bye,
first
Panda.
Bye, Panda.
Bye.
The first project, somebody had included beads.
Stop it.
Beads!
Stop.
Okay, I don't know if this will focus, but
Well-
either way, somebody had included beads. You can see it on Ravelry. It's beautiful.
I
And-
want to knit with beads.
Me too. They didn't include information in their project notes about how they did it, but I'm sure it could be figured out. I'm sure Jeanette Sloan, who is a British designer based in Bristol, just recently released a book all about knitting and I think crochet as well, but mostly knitting with beads. So I'm definitely going to go down the rabbit hole of the resources she has to share
Right.
on all of her websites and socials and stuff like that. Because if anybody's going to teach me how to knit with beads, it will be Jeanette Sloan. But what I really love about this shawl is that it's 4 colors, and every color of yarn only requires 1 skein of fingering weight, right? So I was looking at all of the different projects people have made and like the beautiful color combinations they have, and I was like, dude, I could totally go stash diving. Like, I bet I have so many
Yeah.
different combinations available in my stash of like what I could make, and a lot of people had done it with like 4 solids or 2 solids and 2 variegated. And so I think one of these days I'll have to pull out my stash and just like start making some palettes, and then I can cast on this shawl with what I already have, and I don't have to buy anything new.
That's amazing.
Which is great, because I have so much yarn that I just haven't touched yet. I'm like, I want to do it. I want to use it.
That's amazing.
I'm really just digging the shawls.
You.
I love knitting shawls.
I remember the time when you said, I'm a shawl knitter, but I'm not a shawl wearer.
No.
And how far you have come.
I freaking love shawls. Freaking love
You're
them.
the shawl
I
lady
wear
now.
them as like
Shady.
scarves. I am so shady. I wear them as like big scarves in the winter, and then I go out to places and I see people and they're always like, "Oh my god, that's beautiful!" And I'm like, "Thanks, I made it." And it's like this one
So
time,
good.
honestly, it felt like such a flex, but I still think on this all the time, and I'm like, I've peaked this. I was out for dinner with my family, and I had this scarf on, this shawl on, and my cousin was like, "Oh my god, it's beautiful," and I was like, "Thanks, I made it." And she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you made it." And I was like, "Do you want it?" She was like, "What?" And I literally pulled it off my neck and I gave it to her. I was like, "You can
Oh
have it."
my god.
And she was like, "No." And I was like, "Well, I had planned to make a second one. If you take it, now I just have to start the second one."
Oh no, I have to
And
make
she
a
was like,
second one.
"What?"
No, I gotta go knit.
So I gave her the first one, and then I cast on and I made my second one. And my second one is, dare I say, even better than the first.
Damn.
And actually, let me go get it because it's so pretty. Hold on, I'll be right back.
She really loves the shawl, doesn't she?
She does.
And she got me on the shawl bug too, because now I'm a shawl knitter too. And a shawl wearer.
Honestly, truly, this one is better
Oh,
than
the
the first one.
hemo...
Aromophila.
Aromophilo.
Right? Like
Oh,
the one I made for my cousin was the first one I made was smaller, and the colors stopped about here.
it's
And then I was
so
like, I'm gonna use the rest of the
pretty.
gradient. And so this one's humongous,
It's so pretty.
and it's even more colors.
It
So
looks like a butterfly.
It makes me want to pose with my arms out like a bird.
you can.
Right?
Anyway,
Yeah.
love a good shawl.
So good.
I have one of those like hangers in my hall closet with like all the circles that you can put scarves through, and it's
Yeah.
just all hand knitted shawls.
For my inspiration, I'm gonna need Carine's help.
All
Parce que
right.
c'est en français.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
My inspiration is the people that I met at Twist Festival from an
Yes.
organization called Métier et Tradition.
Métier et tradition.
Métier et Tradition, which I think is matters of tradition.
Métier is like profession.
Okay.
So profession or like like the labor that you do.
yeah.
So métier et what's the other one?
Tradition.
Tradition, so tradition.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like in Spanish we say oficio, which is a trade.
Profession?
No, like
Yeah, so it's a little different.
Like a job.
A métier, c'est comme like it's not necessarily something that's like done in an office. It's usually like
carpentry.
Yeah.
And
like
artisanry.
Yeah.
Like you do it as
It's
a
a skill
job,
set.
as a life
so
thing.
you'd be an artisan.
You'd be an artisan,
Yeah.
exactly.
Got it.
Could you help me say like this
The
part?
little blurby blurb?
Oh,
The blurby
translate?
blurb,
Trade work, says Alex.
Protéger,
Trade
transmettre
work,
et faire
thank you.
rayonner l'héritage lié au savoir-faire. Okay, so they want to protect, transmit, or like, disperse, I guess, or what do you say, like pass on, protect, pass on, and make shine or
shine a light,
like shine a line on the heritage that's linked to those crafts that come from here and elsewhere, not just here. By making them accessible in real time, incarné dans les gestes quotidiens, and they want to make it sustainable.
So thank you so much for that. This is an organization in Longueuil, Quebec.
Longueuil.
Longueuil.
I know very well that city.
Longueuil, Quebec. Is that where you're from?
No, that's where a lot of my
family,
dad's family lives there.
Your extended family is.
Nice.
They're in Longueuil, Quebec. And I met specifically a woman there called Eliana, who showed me her practice of extracting and processing plant fibers that are local to the area that we live in, specifically milkweed, dogbane, and stinging nettle. I already was interested in plant fibers and have made very gentle beginner dip your toes in attempts at cordage and spinning plant fibers and preparing nettle fibers, for example. But she was given a little cordage workshop that I took as like a 10-minute workshop. It was so fun to do. And then I had another question. She didn't have time to answer at the time about how she got the milkweed fluff to be spinnable. Because when you see the milkweed fluff, it just looks like a little flower. And it's very slippery and it's not fluffy, right? And I wanted to know how she did that. And she couldn't interrupt what she was doing to teach me. So I was like, that's okay. I'm happy to know you. Like, I gotta go, because my friends continued on. Well, later that day, I was walking by myself to get something to eat at the festival, and she found me, and she was like, you had a question, and I want to answer it, so, like, come with me. I have time now.
Yeah.
But she was, like, on a break or something, and I'm like, oh, my God. So Eliana took me back to her booth, and we talked together to the best of my poor French ability, which I'm actually really proud of myself for being able to sustain that conversation and ask questions and understand things in French. And she walked me through the entire process, and I was able to ask her, like, pros and cons and what to do and what not to do, and, like, why do you do it this way and why not this other way. And now I'm really excited and inspired by Eliana from Métiers et Traditions to collect wild milkweed pots in September, which Eliana says is the best time to do it. So I want to go on a walk or a hike and collect milkweed fluff.
I think I know where you could go.
Please take me.
Okay.
And then here's the secret that she shared with me. On its own, milkweed silk cannot be spun very securely because it will break. So what she does is she takes some alpaca and mixes it 50-50.
Okay.
And wouldn't you know it,
You've got some.
I have some unprocessed alpaca in my stash.
Well,
Clean alpaca that has been carded but not
spun.
It's not been prepared for spinning.
Yeah.
So I have some clean alpaca fluff. And if we get about 100 grams of milkweed silk, I could spin my own milkweed alpaca mix yarn.
That's cool. You should tell our neighbor Patrick to keep his eye out for you as well.
Yes! And also, if you're watching and you're from Ottawa and you know where I can find milkweed pods, let me know, because I'm so excited
That's so
to try it, and very inspired by it, and very thankful that there's people in Quebec that literally are paying artisans and herborists to continue to do this and share it with people, because then people like me can get inspired and learn and take better care of our environment for it.
You know, I saw a video this morning on Instagram that made me stop and think. It was, I think the account was like Grandma Biddy or Grandma Bidkins or something like that. Anyway, but it was this little Southern granny, and she was just like, she's like, I'm not going to say it as eloquently as she did. I definitely saved it. But anyway, she was like, the whole point of passing on things is that that's your legacy. She's like, the skills that you have, she's like, a grandbaby asking you 15 questions is not a nuisance. That's your legacy. Those skills need to be shared.
Beautiful.
Right? She's like, take the time you have now to share your knowledge.
Yeah.
Because if you don't share it, it dies with you.
That's true.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So thank you to Eliana and everyone at Betiare Tradition for sharing their knowledge with me. I will carry on your legacy. Yeah. And you will carry ours because we have a lot of shit to say.
So much.
Thank you for listening and for sharing in. We have been, as always, your 3 pearls. I'm Anahí.
I'm Carine.
I'm Allie.
And we will see you again in 2 weeks for another Pearl Perspectives.
Bye.
Bye.